Hey!
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
From the Gettysburg Shore studio.
Hi, this is Bo Brinkman.
All the DJs say this one's on its way. Number 1.
You think I have something down with science?
Shut up!
You're listening to From Studio 1A.
The popular podcast addressing Gettysburg.
Yes, sir.
Grabbed and pulled and hurt my neck.
Addressing Gettysburg today.
There's no time. Hello, exactly.
Probably the weather. Probably the weather. It's always the weather, Ronnie.
Yeah.
The internet in Gettysburg in general sucks. No matter where you go, like there's always like something. Even at home, I have problems.
We have anytime there's like high winds, we actually like get power outages. It seems like pretty easily.
Yeah. Winds, rain, overcast. My internet is always sluggish. It kicks me off. It's annoying.
Yeah.
And then even down here today, we're once again having issues with the internet, and we actually have a better setup than we've had all year.
Yeah.
Showing just fine over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe that was just on Kathy's end. Do you have bad service up there?
Not normally.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, if the power's on, we're pretty good. But
Could have just been a little bit of a glitch. But
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. It's Friday, the 17th of December, if you will, or as they say in Germany, December. And we have, it's the last show of 2021 for us. Yeah. We made it all the way through. Last show of 2021. And also, it's by default our Christmas and New Year special.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
What are we going to talk about?
Oh my God, so much to talk about. It's basically a year in review.
Okay.
I mean, as you can see behind Veronica, ladies and gentlemen, you see the Farm Fresh Christmas tree sign.
I didn't even see that.
Which I bought that thinking it was a sign, but really those are pop-outs. So you could have like popped them out and made something. But, I said that's enough to just hang it like that. It's for one show. And then, of course, behind me, we have the jolly old fat man, Santa Claus. And over there, we have the grumpy old fat man. No, I'm just kidding. Hey, Eric, welcome.
You couldn't see it because of the DM.
Because of Owen's head?
No, the mic.
Oh, what happened? Did you give me the finger?
I did.
Oh, Eric.
It was blocked by the microphone.
Eric, this is your favorite time of year, Christmas, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Sure is.
And you like to wear your onesie flannel pajamas with the trapdoor in the back?
Absolutely.
And put presents under the trees, or under the tree, just one tree.
Yeah.
And drink and eat milk and cookies.
Not so much the cookies, no.
Even Katie's cookies?
I'm not really a sweets person.
I'm
really? Sweet enough. That's
true. That is so true. No, it is true. You are sweet enough. Well, we have a lot of stuff to get to today. A lot of stuff to reminisce on, and we've got Mike Lentz has sent us an email. He's not able to make it, but he wanted to, since we're doing recaps and stuff, he wanted to recap us with his email about all of his injuries over the course of the last year.
Poor Mike.
So he sent us an email with that on it. And what else? Oh God, so many things. Some stats. Some stats for you. It's been a great year for us, growth-wise and all that stuff. But we'll get to all that stuff later on. What I want to know now from you, Ronnie, as a little girl, little Ronnie Ronstadt, running around Pittsburgh, okay?
Vandergrift, technically.
What?
When I was little, I was in Vandergrift.
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 Okay.
Oh, yeah.
And The Christmas season would come. What was the one thing that always warmed your cockles during Christmas?
Oh gosh.
Was there one thing in mind that you just absolutely loved about the Christmas season?
Oh man.
TV show, maybe movie, or
Joe DiNardo calling off school.
Joe
Yeah,
DiNardo?
that was always nice. No, what I have distinct fond memories of were just family dinners, right?
Yeah.
Like, so, I mean, back then, 35 years ago, most of my family was still living, which is not the case right now. So I had 3 or 4 grandparents living when I was born until summer of 2018. I at least had one of them. But mom's family and dad's family would always have, separate separate like family get-togethers. So we would always start at my dad's mom's, my grandma Annie's house, and have dinner, get together. There's a tradition in the Polish or Slovak tradition called opłatki. Opłatki, right? That's like a Catholic thing. So like over Christmas dinner, you each have like a wafer and you go around and you kind of break off a wafer of everybody else and kind of wish them like well for the new year, and it's just kind of like a reminder that you're all sharing, like breaking bread together and things like that kind of. So that was always like, you do it with all the cousins over at Dad's place, and then normally we would go over to my mom's. Grandma and Grandpa were still living at the time, and it was like a big full day of Christmas activities and
family stuff. Yeah. So you guys broke bread. That was the Polish Catholic tradition.
Yeah.
In the Irish Catholic family, what we would do is we did do a lot of drinking, but we would pass around a block of cheese and a knife, and everybody would cut the cheese.
Oh boy. That's why you can't have nice things at this place. I mean, it's just...
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Can't have nice
And we're the uncultured hicks from Western Pennsylvania.
Right. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to skip ahead to something. If I have resolutions, right? Like everybody has resolutions.
Yeah, sure.
But I have a request of you. If we could do one show next year where you're just serious... I'm not talking like,
I do
you don't
that
have to
when
get,
we do the
anything.
history shows.
Yeah. But I mean this show. Yeah.
Well, I throw in a joke here and there.
Just be serious, right? Because like, let's see the real Matt, not like the one that's like making jokes and.
The real Matt is really boring. That's why I'm single. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, if the real Matt was as exciting as the fake Matt, I'd be married by now. Somebody wouldn't be able to live without me, but that's not the case. That's not the case. Okay, so my thing at Christmas time was Rudolph. I loved Rudolph. Although I've seen it as an adult, and I'm like, this is
Was it the
horrible.
The cartoon or like the little like
No, the cartoon.
The old,
Wasn't there like a little
the
stuffed
old
thing?
Bass and Rankin
something?
one.
Yeah, Rankin and Bass.
Oh.
Yeah, whatever.
Come on, what do you mean? You know what I'm talking about? Little claymation.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay. Well,
The
that's not
Santa Claus and his
Yes.
The elf that wants to be a dentist with his bath.
herpy. Yeah, so like I was watching it with my nephew a few years ago, and I remember thinking like, this is really depressing, because first of all, Rudolph, he's born with this weird nose. Okay, and so the first thing his dad does
with you so far.
Yeah, is the first thing his dad does is cover it up. He puts schmutz on it.
Okay.
Okay? Like as if to say, the first message this kid gets is, you're not good enough. You suck. Let's hide it. And then he goes out into the world. Okay, they want to play some reindeer games, and he's having fun, and everybody accepts him because he looks like they do. But he gets a little too into it, and the schmutz falls off his nose, and it glows red, and now he's a freak. And the coach is like, hey, you can't play reindeer games with us and everything. And then Santa comes along and sees all this, and he turns to Donner, his father, and he goes, Donner, you should be ashamed of yourself. And it's like... Well, Jesus. I mean, yeah, seriously. Like, Santa's a racist. He doesn't like red-nosed reindeers.
Well, don't forget that the people who made that show
were racists.
No, these were the people who had grown up during the Depression and fought World War II.
That's
So,
true.
how happy is your outlook on life
This is-
really going to be?
This is absolutely true because it gets worse as we analyze this show all the way. So then, so what happens then? Rudolph goes running off. Now, meanwhile, there's a girl who likes him. She likes him. And even after the nose is revealed, she still kind of likes him, but she's pulled away. Society pulls her away from the freakish red-nosed reindeer boy. But she still likes him. So Rudolph goes running off. He doesn't belong there. He's going to go find a place where he belongs. Great. Good for him.
Yeah,
Good for you,
the misfit
Rudolph.
toys.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't get there right away. Okay, that's
never
part of the
seen
journey. You've
Are
never
you
seen
serious?
this?
I've never seen the
What
no.
was wrong with your childhood?
I
Wait, how could you have
I
never
was-
seen this?
I was
This was
a dork.
always on TV at
I know
Christmas
it,
time.
yeah.
Well, let me
Yeah.
fill you in then,
Yeah, I'm
and then
listening.
this
I'm
way
kinda
you don't
like
even
just,
have to watch
wow,
it.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, meanwhile, we also meet in the early scenes here as we're getting established. We meet Hermie or Herpy or whatever his name is. He's the elf who doesn't want to be an elf that makes toys. He wants to be a dentist. And everybody's like, a dentist? Oh, it's like, well, yeah, maybe your teeth wouldn't be so rotten if you had a freaking dentist at the North Pole. And this guy, Herpy, is trying to be a dentist, but you guys ostracize him. So where does Herpy go? He goes running off to get away as well. And along the way, he and Rudolph decide to team up. So they go, walking off together and everything like that. Along the way, though, they meet Yukon Cornelius.
Well, yeah.
And he's like a prospector looking for gold and silver. And he sings a song, silver and gold, silver and gold. Yeah, he does.
Nope. He doesn't sing that song.
Oh, no, that's right. The snowman sings that song. Silver and gold. So about her, Don Cornelius. And so...
A bad trip.
It's about Christmas.
Oh, it is. It's like it's
Trying to
an
follow.
acid trip. So okay, so they're going along with him now. He's out. He's a adventurer, a wilderness man. So he knows how to survive and stuff. So they're hanging out with him, and he starts talking about the Bumble, the abominable little snowman, big, Yeti type of thing. And then of course we eventually meet the abominable snowman, and it's this big, huge fight to the death type of a thing in a cave or whatever. But then Herpy realizes he's got a sore tooth. And so Herpy, with his dental skills that he never really went to school to learn, but I guess read in books, removes the bad tooth, and now the abominable snowman is their friend. But now, back home in the North Pole, Donner and his wife, Mrs. Donner, does she have a name?
I don't know, but this is like the most riveting story you've ever told.
Exactly. They're like, where's Rudolph? So Mrs. Donner, Rudolph's mom, and Clarice, the girl that he has a crush on.
Oh, I just had Silence of the Lamb.
Clarice, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Are the deer still screaming?
So Clarice goes with the mother. So Donner, he's hanging back at the cave. There's a nice fire going. He's got his hooves up on the ottoman, and he's reading the newspaper while the women are out in a blizzard. Okay? A rough blizzard. Suffering, looking for poor little Rudy. Anyway, the long story short is Rudolph finally gets back. So does Herpy. Everybody's happy to see them because now they realize Rudolph is useful. Why?
He has headlights.
His headlights. There's a foggy blizzard, and Christmas can't be canceled because of the godforsaken weather. So Santa needs someone to guide his sleigh, and there's little Rudolph with his red honker.
Wow.
And Santa's like, Rudolph, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? And
then
he's
all the
like,
reindeer loved him.
They did. And
shouted
Rudolph's
out
like,
with glee.
oh, look at me, I'm so happy. It's like, no, but Rudolph, here's the thing, Rudy. They only love you. Stop touching the microphone. Leave it alone. God, this is a Christmas episode. You got me to curse.
Mute him.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm
Mute
so
him.
sorry. I'm muting him. He's been muted. Now you can touch it all you want.
Oh, Lord.
You can't do a bit without an interruption. So, Rudolph, the moral of the story is, if people don't like you because of your red honker in the first place, and then they suddenly like you because of your red honker in the second place, because they need you all of a sudden, they're not really your friends.
They're just using it.
They're just using you. and may this be a lesson to any kid out there who's got a red nose. Okay, if people who didn't like you yesterday love you tomorrow, they're faking it. They need you. They're using you. Don't give them the satisfaction. Thank you.
So how long is that?
Oh, man.
How long is that show?
It's like a 5-minute little
It's like a half
clip.
hour.
Was it yeah, okay.
It's
So
a half
so
hour.
it was as long as what Matt just took to
pretty much,
explain.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
if I had just been able to go through without any interruptions, it would have been about a 5-minute story.
That's a lot for a half hour for a little
Yeah.
kid show.
It is. And we didn't even get to the Island of Misfit Toys.
Yeah, it's like all these.
Because,
like,
there's like a one-eyed Raggedy Ann there or something like that. They're
Yeah,
all
there's-
toys that
there's-
have some defect.
There's a train that's got like square wheels. Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. But
Like, how
like,
implausible is that?
what's the message here, though?
Slavery's bad.
I don't think that's it.
No, but
I mean, that's
they're
fair.
misfit toys, and they're all sent to an island. Okay.
Segregation?
What?
Segregation's bad?
Well, whatever. They're put into a camp. I don't know. I'm just saying it's just like a very weird. Like, why are you're in Christmas land and nearby Santa's workshop is the Island of Misfit Toys? What kind of loving Santa Claus is this?
There's got to be a song
And
about
first
this.
of all, what's
Whoever
wrong
said
with
Santa
his?
Claus was loving?
Well, he's ho ho ho. He's spreading Christmas cheer. He loves everybody.
Yeah, but in Germany, he comes around with his like alter ego who steals bad children.
Yeah, and-
like just takes them.
Right. Does this surprise you? It's in Germany.
No,
Exactly. Jawohl.
you got a pretty good handle on things,
Anyway, that's my Christmas memory. I used to love it, but as an
Nice,
adult, I'm like,
yeah.
this is kind of a depressing thing. I actually read an article about it, and they said that Raggedy Ann, with her missing eye or whatever it was, I forget what her defect was, but she was supposed to be depressed. Like, that's why she's on the Island of Misfit Toys, because
Well, yeah.
she's depressed.
Oh my
She's a
God.
depressed toy.
Yeah. Yikes.
Kind of sickos
They
were
all-
How
Rankin
about
and
just
Bass.
some Christmas Story? The good old Christmas Story.
Which
That's like
i-
the best movie ever.
You know how old I was when I first saw that movie?
Also,
Last year.
awesome movie.
Yeah. No, it wasn't last year. It was like 5 years ago. But yeah. And same with It's a Wonderful Life.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of It's a Wonderful
It's
Life.
kind of slow. I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's a great
it's-
movie and a great feel-good story and everything, but it's kind of slow. Like,
Yeah, I just
Like, I like Jimmy Stewart. I
I do
I
too.
like the premise of the movie. It takes too long to get to where it needs to go.
yeah.
It could have been a short.
Well,
I
there
think.
could have been less like background to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You didn't.
But
need-
but
you
in
didn't need
those
a
days,
2-hour build up.
That was,
No.
yeah, you're right.
But
that
in
was-
those days,
there's that
they
one, yeah.
made films to tell a complete story, and it was a different day and age. But anyway, so Christmas. Well, you know what? I want to start off with, well, not start off with this, but do this next actually before we get on to all the festive stuff, because one of our own has lost one of our own, one of his own, but he was recently a new member of our little community here. Our friend Dave Johnson, who you may know him on Instagram as Gettysburg Images, takes wonderful shots of Gettysburg. He's up here all the time. He loves it. He comes up with his wife Rochelle and their dog Ricky, who I'm gonna steal the dog first chance I get. I love that dog. But they come up, and he's brought up his dad Nils several times in the past year, and I've gotten to meet him and hang out and talk and laugh and get to know him. And he was a really cool guy, and he passed away this week, rather unexpectedly and abruptly. And Dave told me yesterday. And I was sad all day yesterday because I started thinking about this guy. And like I said, I didn't know him a lot or for long, but I really liked him. You know, there's just some people you like and you just like right away,
Yeah.
you just like them.
Sure.
And that's the way he was. He was a good-humored guy. I got to introduce him to Bo, and that I'm glad for because it really made his day that day. And he just sat and talked with Bo the whole time and really liked him. And so... Dave, our condolences go out to you. We love you. We loved your dad. He was really a cool guy, and I'm sorry that this happened to you, buddy. But we are thinking about you
We are.
for sure.
We are. And I'll piggyback. I don't know if we're getting into details, but we, two of our friends, patrons of the show, Kim and Bob, I know you listen often too. We're, I'm going to get choked up because it's silly. Like, you know, I'll get into it in the news, but COVID is like a legit thing. And they are also sick with it currently, and we wish you very healthy, full recovery as quickly as possible, guys.
There you go. There you go. Get well soon.
Yeah.
All right, now, so let's get into something happy here to cheer us up,
happiness.
okay?
Yes.
So there's gifts to give.
Gifts are good. Gifts are a good way.
First
to
of all,
change the mood.
let's do it like this here. Well, let's see. We have gifts from Richard Snyder, who is a listener, stopped by about an hour before the show started to drop off his gifts for us.
Yeah.
So let's do this here. Eric, why don't we start with you? You've got a bag of gifts under your table there.
Do I now?
Yes, you do. And you also have, just step back a bit so that he could be seen. Well, because we got to see him. He's got to, unless you want to switch.
Because I still got to work.
Unless you want to switch and do that,
it's
Eric.
fine.
Or Owen. Okay.
Is the
All right.
camera on?
No, you got to go to camera 3 there.
No. Do it before I pull this out. Or pull this out before I do that.
Okay.
Oh, nice bag.
All right. Very nice gift bags here. I have to tell you, Eric and Veronica, when you get the gifts that I gave you, they are not in gift bags. I'm sorry. Nor are they wraps. Okay. So Eric is going to go. There he is. He's going into his. It's wrapped.
Oh.
Uh-oh. What?
There's other bits. This is
Wow.
Veronica's.
How do you know that?
Because the card's addressed to Veronica.
Well, wait a second, because the bag that's under Veronica's thing. Well, hold on, Veronica. Don't touch your bag yet. Don't touch your bag.
Well, what if I? Oh, sorry.
Don't, because I put my present in there, which isn't wrapped, so I don't want you to see that just yet.
Sorry.
Well, okay. Because we had this confusion before, but her bag has a tag on it that says Veronica.
Okay.
And he asked me to smell it.
Well,
and
here,
it smelled
I'll trade
like.
you.
Okay, there you go. So just give her the card. There goes her eye. Okay, so Eric is now. This is for the people at home that don't have the video on. Eric is now looking at his present. He's examining it. He's shaking it.
Smelling it.
He's smelling it. He's making sure there's no bomb in there.
I hope it's a puppy.
I do too. It'd
hope
be dead
it's-
by now, but I.
Please, dear
Gettysburg puppy.
God, don't be another dog. I'm already getting a cat.
That's the worst.
Yeah, it's a stray
That's
cat.
the
too.
anti-Christmas present.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's got mites and all this. Okay. Oh, it's a
Oh,
box.
it's a beauty. Are we sure this isn't Veronica's?
Yeah. Look at that. He got him a box.
Oh, let me pull out my pocket knife.
Eric is now cutting the tape on the box. Okay, I jumped the gun. I thought the gift itself was a box, but
No.
there's something in the box. So this is a gift that is in a box that was wrapped in paper that was placed in a bag.
Is there another box inside of the
There's
box?
another box inside.
There's
This is
not
like a
another
Russian
box
torture
inside.
contraption. Here we go. Eric is now. Let's see. Let's.
I don't. Oh my God! I'm taking too long to do this.
No,
I
it's
feel like
okay.
I'm watching my kids.
I know this is usually people. Oh, what is that now?
Oh, neat.
Oh, it's a lantern, like a railroad lantern, right?
It
Oh, but it's like a snow globe railroad lantern Christmas
That's
tree.
It is a
really
snow
cool.
globe.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Very nice. Richard.
Awesome.
Oh, neat.
Wow.
Much obliged. Now I don't have to bother putting up a Christmas tree.
Yeah. And now your collection of snow globes is complete. All right. So very good.
Merry
Thank you, Richard,
Christmas.
for that. Merry Christmas. Okay. Veronica. Oh, no, Eric, hold on. There's one more. If you would go into the refrigerator on the door, there's my gift to you.
I hope it's a puppy.
It's close. It's close. And it's
It's
because.
just what I always wanted.
No,
Power shake.
not core power shake. It's on the door. And Eric, let me tell you right now, it's because you need a little softening up. And so I got you this, the Little and Lovable calendar. It is a bunch of baby animals, tigers,
really is.
lions,
Yep.
cheetahs, bears, monkeys.
There's a sloth.
There's even an elephant there,
sloth
but
involved.
they're babies and they're cute. And I want you to look at it. I would hang it by your bed. Every morning you get up, look at it and go, aw.
I sure will.
And
I
then
sure
start your
will.
day with a happy attitude, okay? Now, Veronica, since I didn't wrap yours either, it is the only unwrapped thing in the bag, and I got this for you because you need to harden up a little bit.
Bang, bang.
Nice, nice.
As I'm crying.
That's a quality.
Exactly.
Yeah, right. Thank
Read
you.
about some guns and toughen up, for
That's
Christ's
funny.
sake.
Well played, Matthew.
Now, okay, you're welcome. Now, go ahead. Now, let me read this to you real quick here before we open yours, because Richard sent along a printout of explanations for the gifts. First of all, he says, Matthew, Eric, and Vanessa, crossed out Vicky, crossed out Veronica, I hope you all will accept these Christmas gifts as a token of affection from an appreciative follower of Addressing Gettysburg. Your podcasts, Ask the Gettysburg Guide and Get Out of the Car tours have meant so much to me during the past year. You've created a following that encourages people to learn about Gettysburg, the battle, and the people that were affected by the battle. Your guests are always very interesting. I appreciate the hard work and dedication you have given to Addressing Gettysburg. For Eric, I hope your gift can help you on the Sunday evening chats that you have with Addressing Gettysburg followers. It's a bit strong and from the Old West. Merry Christmas. Hold on a second.
He got Veronica.
I think there's a mix-up here. But let's see, Veronica. Open yours because he got to open.
He
your,
opened mine.
But
No, you open mine.
his.
It's fine.
No,
We'll trade afterwards.
This is-
It'll be like.
I like that a lot, by the way. That's pretty cool.
Well,
that's handy.
It's because it's
Yeah,
yours.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
Funny.
Nice.
Oh,
Yeah, because look, it says to Veronica from Santa.
yeah.
Yeah. So okay, go ahead.
Does that say Eric?
Eric.
Nice.
Here, trade me.
United States Marshal.
Throw the.
Toss the card. Ah! I've been accosted.
Okay.
No,
Go
seriously,
ahead.
open. Here.
No, do it.
No, open it because he opened yours.
You've already got it in front of you.
Well, all right. I heard it was something
There's no time for
strong, so if
negotiations
there's,
on a live show.
If there's something that's, taste test worthy, I might just dig in here.
It's another
It
box.
is another box.
He's giving boxes away like crazy.
I don't have a. You see, this is where the pocket knife comes in handy.
Yeah. And by the
Here.
way, since
Here,
we're
no, yeah.
we're being
Can
festive
you
now,
pass
we
that
need to
over
put
there?
our hats on. Please, everybody, put your party hat on.
So I think I can actually smell
Well, let
this
me
one.
see here.
It's
For
roasted
Veronica, I
coffees.
hope your gifts bring a smile. It is brightly lit, just as your smile is. Continue to be calm in the storm at the studio. Be the calm in the storm at the studio. Merry Christmas, Veronica. So yeah, that is
was
yours.
sweet. That was really sweet. Thank you so much, Richard.
All right, and then so what is this though?
It's coffee. Look
it's
at
coffee.
this roasted coffee. You can smell it.
Arbuckle, Fatty Arbuckle's roasted coffees.
Perfect.
That's nice. Okay, so that's actually Eric's.
Well, he was saying you're gonna. I think you're gonna read it.
Yeah,
something
Eric's
about
is a bit
strong.
strong and from the Old West.
And the United States Marshals challenge coin too.
Yeah, there was one in this as well.
Okay, now let me get to mine. It says,
I hope it's a puppy.
God, I hope it is too.
it says from Matthew, I hope your gifts keep you warm this winter on cold days that you might be working in the studio when you're taking an evening stroll through town. I have also included a gift that represents one of the principal participants from 1863, one that I've always appreciated, one that I think you'll respect as well. Merry Christmas, Matthew. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, there's about 14 different things in here. Clearly, I am the favorite. Just kidding. Okay, so we have, yes, United States Marshals challenge coin as well. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let me see here.
I gotta change cameras. There we go.
Oh, coin. There you go. All right. Okay, so. Oh, okay. There we go. We got that.
Wow.
What is this here? Ooh, American Civil War Union General George Meade. Oh, very nice.
Very
like
cool.
a little figurine here.
Those are serious. Those are serious
Yes,
collector.
and it's metal.
W. Britton. Yeah, no, that's no joke.
Yeah.
That's-
Wow. Thanks, Rich.
You are the favorite. Darn. This is no joke. That was very
Clearly,
thoughtful.
Veronica's jealous.
A little bit. No,
All right, and then we're opening this one. Oh, well now, look at this. A scarf and gloves. Eat your heart out, Peter Carmichael. Is this, wait, oh no, is this a scarf or is this a sweater? Let's see.
Scarf.
I wish it was a Cosby sweater.
Oh, that would be great. No, it's a scarf, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
very
that's
nice.
nice.
Oh, I'll put this on right now. Whoops, there goes my hat. Okay. Very nice. Thank you, Richard.
Thank you so much, Richard. That
Richard,
was so thoughtful. Very, very thoughtful.
Rich was also kind enough to donate some books for the Dan Butterfield collection of books, known as the Dan Butterfield Collection of Books. And then also Veronica donated this lovely box of chocolates to the group here.
Fairly locally made, right?
I'm gonna open this here.
Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
Is it Olympia Candy Kitchen? Are they from Chambersburg?
Mm-hmm.
All right, very nice. So we're going to open this as well so that we all get a little bit of the Beatus today.
Yeah, sure.
You know, just a touch of Beatus helps make the medicine go down. Okay, there we go. All right, good. So we've got these candies here. Owen, would you like one? Okay, you're a real party pooper.
Pass this way. What do you got?
I don't know. What do you have? Oh, very nice looking chocolates in there.
Taking the big one.
Very nice. Take the big one. Take it. To everyone involved in addressing Gettysburg, Cam, 6 Questions Lentz, Owen the Clapper, Louis Trott, and all the followers and guests, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Rich Snyder, York, PA. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rich.
Now, I have also received in the mail some Christmas cards from some people. And they are, where's one of them? Where's one of them? It's not one of them. I thought there was another one, but there isn't. I know who sent it. Oh, I know where it is. Hold on a second. Sorry, folks. This is what it's like at the holiday season, you know? Or it's not in there at all. Anyway, I know who it was. Paula and Patrick Belton. Paula and Patrick Belton sent a card to me at home. What are you doing?
I'm chewing my Rice Krispie treat. It's like you.
Veronica's looking at me. She's got a card in front of her face, and her mouth is full of candy. How many did you put in your mouth?
It was just one, but it was like.
Well, how big was it?
Big. Like a piece of sushi.
I was gonna say like one of those big pieces of sushi. All right. Well, you go ahead and chew, and then let us know when you can join the living again. This was from the McGuire's, Pat McGuire, and his family over at the History Things podcast. Thank you guys for that. And this is from a listener, John Brogan, and his class at De La Salle Institute out in Chicago, in that region there. And it's a Merry Christmas card from him and his class there.
For your honorary
Thank you.
teachership.
Because of that time I went and spoke with him. It was very nice. And we appreciate that from all of you guys. Very, very much.
Right. I'm back.
Okay, you done?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do I have it around my mouth? I'm like, there's chocolate.
Yeah. Let me just give you some show news for now. For the rest of December, there's no Ask a Guides coming out. It's just old Patreon episodes that are coming out on Mondays. However, on Monday, this coming Monday, the 20th, as you might have seen on Facebook, the little promo video I made the other day, we are doing a live Ask a Gettysburg guide with no predetermined topic. So basically, and Eric, correct me if I'm wrong here, Tim wanted to
You're wrong.
I thought so. Tim wanted to do this because he wanted to just see, like, if he got random questions from the audience, could he answer them, right? Is that kind of what it was? Like a challenge to himself?
No, because I'm quite certain that Tim is very confident in his ability to answer any and all questions. Tim never looks at the questions that we get for Ask a Guides for him.
That's true.
Anyways.
That's true.
But he's been wanting to do a live Ask a Guide.
Yeah, I think he likes the energy of doing it live, of flying by the seat of your pants.
Basically, since we did the myth busting one.
I was gonna say, could we flip the script a little bit and try to make it a challenge for the listeners to come up with a stump Tim Smith question?
Well, that's what I'm going to tell you now is that. First of all, you gotta call in because Tim needs to hear you ask the question. He might have a question back to answer or to ask you to clarify. And who wouldn't want to talk to a celebrity? So you got to call in for it, number one. But number two, if you do get a question or if you ask a question that stumps Tim, then you get a Dan Butterfield. And if you get the Dan Butterfield, you have a ton of things to choose from now. And the question is, when will I ever actually mail them to you? Because that's the problem. My assistant Janine has been off for years. Actually, yep. She quit years ago. Thank you. So I'm trying to remember what did Janine do? WWJD, or what did WDJD? What did Janine do? She went to the post office. What'd you say?
Said went to the post office, most likely.
She did. She went to the post office. She any other chores I had to do, she would do for me. But anyway, those days are gone. If you'd like to call in this year and wish us a happy holidays, because that's what you need to do, kiss the ring. 717-420-1978 is the phone number. Why don't we do this? We'll take a quick little break, and we'll come back, and we're going to just really love the holiday hell out of you folks. Okay? That's what we're going to do. We'll be right back.
Velveeta, Knucklehead, Underwear, you are cleared for takeoff. But don't go far. We'll be back before you can say John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going. But one way we haven't pushed too much yet is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. And that's a shame, because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or sip from your mug. So please, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. You just might find the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop. Experience the magic of Christmas in Gettysburg. Stroll decorated streets on a festive walking food tour highlighting the sights, sounds, and unique tastes of this historic town. Enjoy stops at some of the best eateries, all while learning fascinating facts about early Christmas traditions. Admire the glittering lights, decorated storefronts, and our grand 30-foot Christmas tree in Lincoln Square, all adding to the ambiance of the most wonderful time of the year. Get started on Christmas shopping for your loved ones as we visit a few downtown stores that offer one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts. A perfect opportunity for any last-minute gift hunting you need to get done. Enjoy a private holiday tour through the Shriver House with dessert in the Shriver Saloon. This special tour will transport you back in time to Christmases of yesteryear. So make a new Christmas tradition with your family and friends. The Christmas Tastes and Traditions food tour promises to be delicious, delightful, and decidedly local. Go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and book your tour today. That's SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com.
Think outside the bus and let family-owned Gettysburg Tours take you on a cycling journey across the picturesque and historic Gettysburg battlefield. There's no better way than by bicycle to gain a feel for the terrain of the battlefield. Slow enough to see it all, yet fast enough to do it all. Follow the route of Union troops entering the fray as you ride to the site of the first shots of this epic 3-day battle. Feel the drama as you put yourself in the position of a Confederate soldier just before he steps off to make Pickett's charge. Take a stand with the heroic Colonel Chamberlain on the slopes of Little Round Top, just before you view the fields of honor beneath you from its summit. All of our guides are officially licensed by the National Park Service. So don't get a sore neck trying to see out of your car, and saddle up with Gettysburg Tours for a 360-degree view of America's most important piece of real estate. Gettysburg Tours. Think outside the bus. Go to gettysburg.com or call 717-752-7752 to book a battlefield experience you will never forget.
Have you noticed our revamped website at addressinggettysburg.com? Well, that's the fine work of a man named Mike Stretch, and he also redid our logo for us. Both of them I originally designed, and both of them were originally horrible, but now they're nice, and that's all thanks to Mike. Mike has an awesome t-shirt company called Heritage Depot. There you'll find great designs based on Gettysburg and the Civil War with t-shirts and other types of merchandise. So go to heritage-depot.com heritage-depot.com and spruce up your Getty's Nerd wardrobe. That's heritage-depot.com. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used. And online, they have even more to choose from. And if the Civil War isn't your thing, that's not a problem. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books. It's astounding how many thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more they have in their store. And that's because, well, they have a warehouse too. And that's where they keep all the books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs. And if you prefer to stop by when you're in town, well, you could do that too. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com or stop by 42 York Street, or you can call them at 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207.
Dancing days are here again, and so are Matt and Veronica.
Oh, sorry. I was going to come back and do the segment seriously since you said you wanted us here.
No, this doesn't count.
Oh, it doesn't?
I'm saying like one next year, like an entire just
Oh, just a
one
whole show.
Yep, where you're. I'm not saying like morbid or
Okay, good.
like dire, but just serious.
Just
like
serious.
just yes, like
No.
answer questions without goofiness.
Mm-hmm.
It's impossible. I challenge you, and it would be impossible. Okay. I don't know what I win, but I'm going to determine that. You're like,
You are more than welcome to try. I mean, we'll do that. Well, all right. Let's look. So we have so much to go over that we've accomplished over the last year, and it wasn't until I was compiling this list and I was going back and looking at all of the statistics, and then later on we'll do the Patreon, the guests that we've had on Patreon. And I finally understand what everybody's talking about when they're saying we appreciate and know how much work goes into this. I'm like, man, it doesn't feel like a lot until you go and you look at all the things that we've done over the last year. And it's quite interesting. Well, first, the year started with us being on the Today Show. January 26th, I think, was when it aired or something like that. Is that right? And that was fun. It was interesting. It didn't really yield any major results for us. I've heard it from a few people that said that they found us on there and then, went and looked for us online. But still, it was very cool to do anyway. And it was nice of Dina Allende to even think to do that for us. And she did it. She did a great job. And so there was that. Then we had her get out of the car tours. All of them were up from the corresponding month the previous year, except for July. July was essentially the same. I think last year we had 26 on July's tour. This year we had 25. So we were down.
July's tour was ridiculously hot.
Ridiculously hot.
I wasn't there. It was the only one I
That's
missed
right.
this year,
You didn't go to that one.
No.
Where were you?
I forget.
Was it just because of the heat?
No,
Or you
I was
working?
out of town for something.
Oh, yeah. You were in St. Mary's, weren't
Was
you?
I?
I think
I
you
don't know.
were.
Were you covering the cafe or something, maybe?
I think you were.
Oh, I might have been.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah, that makes sense. And so we decided this year we're going to not do a July tour.
Okay.
Because, well, first of all, we take our break now in July, and it's the whole freaking month, because by the time July comes, I'm exhausted. Mentally, physically, I'm just done.
After like first, second, and third. 'Cause you guys
after
put- yeah,
the
right.
right, yeah, yeah,
After the
yeah.
anniversary, yeah,
yeah,
but yeah.
right. So it's 3 weeks basically.
Yeah.
So we're going to that, and because it's low, we believe that it's low turnout because it's hot as hell. Number one, and number two, July is when people go on vacations, and they're like more like, going to the shore for a week or something like, something where you can cool off.
Right.
You're not coming to Gettysburg to stand in the middle of the field with no shade under the blazing sun with 900% humidity. Right. That's just not people's idea of a summer vacation. Right. And you would come and do that on another weekend anyway.
Probably the anniversary. Honestly, if you're going to do it, going to do it at all, and you have that knowledge, you're probably just going to come on the anniversary, and then you're tapped out for the rest of the month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
July is just a month that it's just there's no point in trying to compete.
Makes sense.
So we're not going to do July. So we're going to have 6 instead of 7 Get Out of the Car tours this year. But anyway, great. I mean, we ended with 76 people in October, which is the highest we've had. I mean, last October we had 66, so we had 10 more than last year. Nice. And it's nice. It's nice to see it grow. There was a time where I was, bummed that we weren't getting like 100 people each time. But then I realized, well, nobody knows us. We have to build it up, and it's happening. Yeah. Slow but sure, but slow and steady wins the race. So, I'm pretty pleased with all that. And so thank you to all of you who came out for that. Let's see. We are up to now, as of the recording of this show, the broadcast of this show, 264 patrons.
Nope.
What?
We're up to 265.
Wow. So we are now at 260 more than I expected we would ever get. And I can't thank you all enough for that. That is really overwhelmingly awesome of you to do that and all that jazz. Where are our listeners, Veronica? Do you want to know where our listeners are?
I do, yeah.
Have you been interested in this? We're going to do the top 10 countries. Brazil, no. Sorry. The number one country on the list for the most amount of listeners, and also number one because it just is number one, the United States. Okay? United States of America. Number 2 is Canada. Okay? A lot of people up there in Canada. Number 3 is the UK, Great Britain. Number 4, a lot of people would be surprised to hear this one, Germany. Yeah. And number 5, Ireland. Number 6, Australia. Number 7, Slovenia. And number 8, or what are we up to? 9? I don't know what we're up to. Costa Rica, and then Sweden coming in at the bottom. Sweden.
That's wild.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
So, yes, maybe it's because of IKEA. Okay. Where do our listeners find us? Okay, so this is like, where do most people listen, like on what app or whatever? And the number one, by far, it's just blowing everybody else away, are the Apple Core Media and Apple Podcasts. So I'm not sure what Core Media is. I think that might be like iTunes, but Apple Podcasts is the Apple Podcast app that is on iPhones, but you don't have an iPhone, so you don't know what I'm talking about.
Nope.
Spotify is coming in after those two. iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Podbean, Chrome, and Google Podcasts. Top 5 most downloaded episodes. Okay, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
We're going to start at number 5 and work our way to number 1. Number 5, the Aspiring Licensed Battlefield Guides with Chris Army and Pete Heumann.
Wow.
And this is just in the last year.
Yeah.
Sorry, not just in the last year. This is of all time. Number 4, Battle of Gettysburg 158th Anniversary Special, Matt Atkinson's Pickett's Charge Walk with actor Stephen Lang. Number 4. Number 3, narrative episode number 1, our very first episode, Introduction, Antietam to Chancellorsville. Number 2, Ask a Gettysburg Guide, number 37, John Burns with Tim Smith. And number 1, Ask a Gettysburg Guide, number 35, Gettysburg Myth Busting with Tim Smith. Tim Smith in the top 2.
All right.
Okay. I think next year what we need to do is work on an award show. And we do an award show, like with our own, categories, like Best Supporting Actor or something, So that's it for the stats there. What are your?
I got to be honest, that kind of surprised me. Although the Gary and Tim combined show was just, very recent,
That's
right? So like they
newer,
didn't even
yeah.
have the whole, like people don't have the whole year to catch up or whatever.
Correct.
It's kind of the holiday season
Next year
already.
that'll be up there.
Because Gary has his own following, Tim has his
Sure.
own following. That kind of stuff will spark interest. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Those are neat stats.
Well, so what is your take on the last year? Because you started doing this as the co-host in May, I think it was.
I think that was. Yeah, we were trying to figure that out the other day, and I think it was May.
But we talked about you doing this back in like October, November of the year before.
Yeah, it
took a while.
Yeah.
See, I don't think people realize that a lot of the things we talk about doing, especially if it's like a suggestion from a listener and I say, yeah, that's a good idea, we'll do that. And then like 2 weeks go by and they're like, I noticed you haven't done my idea yet. And it's like, well, it takes, time.
Yeah.
And this idea we had, I had this idea before I met you.
Oh.
But then when I met you, I was like, this is the one who would be the perfect female co-host.
That I can drive crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll put up with it. She looks like gullible enough to be. Yeah.
Absolutely. And totally based on the way our dinners go. When we go out to dinner with you and Kath and we sit there and banter back and forth and they make fun of me. I was like, this is going to be good stuff, What? Oh,
well, I'm
you want to
having
say
a
something?
blast.
You look like you're saying something. You want to say, okay. Just let me know.
I'm enjoying the heck out of this. I mean, you guys are awesome. And
Well, I have to tell you that the people really like you. I hear this all the time. In fact, I was talking to my dad the other day, and he finally figured out how to watch YouTube on his TV.
Oh, yeah.
So he's been catching up on the show, and he goes, yeah, the one you do with the gal. And I go, yeah, Veronica. He goes, yeah. He goes, she's really good. And I said, yeah, I know. And he goes, where'd you find her? And I said, she was just someone that started coming to our things. She berated me and hated me for a while.
True
and,
story.
Yeah. And then I said, this person is like a sister to me now.
Yeah.
Because she hates me. And that is that is how it works.
Yeah. No, honestly, I'm having a blast. And I do... obviously, I'm an outsider for the other portions of the different things you have under the umbrella of addressing Gettysburg. But even as an outsider, I see how much work you and Eric put into it. I mean, everything from, reaching out and scheduling guests, coming up with ideas for the guests, putting it together, editing it, making sure that, it fits into the guest schedule, like all those other things and all the legwork that goes into
keeping with our own
Trot
schedule.
And the work that he puts into all the get out of the car tours and everything. And it's just it's a lot. And then, with advertisers and keeping people happy and responding to emails and yada, yada, yada. So, I appreciate being a very, very tiny part of the empire that you are building here in Gettysburg, Matt.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you are a part of it because it helps. It helps. It's just, the whole thing. It's all... I've just been very lucky between you and Eric and Owen and Cam, just all the people that have come around. Mike Stretch for the logo and helping with the website, and Dave Johnson. He's come up and taken pictures for us on our tours and made some promo videos for us. And there's so many people to think of and name, and I know I'm going to forget people. And so I don't mean to. It's just I'm trying to move the show along here, and it's just occurring to me now. So
well, real quick, even folks that like on Monday when we were just out, having dinner with Colby and Taylor and a new patron walked past. I was
John.
like, I recognize you. I mean, that is so cool to me that, people feel comfortable enough. And Rich Snyder was just saying that before he left. He was kind enough to say some nice words that, I think we're approachable enough and take this seriously because it's a serious topic with the Civil War and everything,
sure.
But do it in a lighthearted way and, give the respect to the soldiers, but at the same time, have fun with it, right?
Because we do have, it's fun for people to come here and learn. So why not have fun with having fun? Yeah. You don't have to be serious all the time.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially because it's such a heavy topic if you really think hard about it.
Sure.
And you have to laugh.
Sure.
If you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're very lucky with all these people that we've had come around. All right, here. So Patreon. Let's do a little review of Patreon. We started the year with Noah Andre Trudeau was the first guest on the Patreon episodes for this past year. Then we moved on to guests, and I'm just going to list these off here just so you could hear how many there are. Scott Hartwig talking about the high watermark, heroes, myths, and memory. Richard Schaus, author of Lee is Trapped and Must Be Taken, co-author, I should say. Kendra DeBaney joined us to tell us about the Gettysburg house histories with several months of small segments on the matter. Cody Aish was on to talk about John Buford. Tom Berenger, ladies and gentlemen, the great Tom Berenger was on. Martin Husk was on to talk about his book, The 111th New York Volunteers. Timothy Silver and Judkin Browning were on to talk about the book and environmental history of the Civil War, which the book club is doing now. And by the way, that's the other thing. We started a new book club. Yeah. Steve Byers is doing a great job with that. And you and Six Questions are kind of his right-hand man and woman.
Trying to help out.
Yeah, trying to help out. And I heard that Wednesday night this week, Six Questions led the discussion. Yeah. And I asked Steve to record it for me because I knew I wasn't going to be able to make it, but so I haven't watched it yet. But I'm sure he killed it because
Because
he's
Mike,
Six
and
Questions.
He does.
That's right.
Yeah.
Matt Hewson came on to talk about the Loma Center, and he also did short segments featuring some of the firearms in their awesome collection. David Martin had many appearances to talk about his many books. Actor Trent Walker came on to talk about fighting for his rats. Jim Hessler was on for a patron favorite, which was about the Gettysburg ties to the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Scott Hartwig came back to talk about the shoe myth. Our buddy Ron Kirkwood came in to talk about the Spangler Farm and his book, Too Much for Human Endurance. Ross Hetrick told us about his hero, Thaddeus Stevens. Scott Hancock came on twice to talk about life for African Americans during the Civil War and his stance on Confederate monuments. We talked about depression in males with therapist Michelle Hart. And from that, the Bummed Out Club has started, and we've had our first meeting it'll be 2 weeks ago. And a lot of bummed out people, but we are all going to hopefully cheer each other up. Joseph Fuqua played Jeb Stewart in the movie. He came on and cracked all of us up. We talked about the sacking of York with Scott Mingus. Sacking, they just handed it over. Chris Army brought Pete Herman in to talk about the Aspiring Licensed Battlefield Guides Facebook page. My friend Matt Sheed came on to talk about his grandfather, the legendary Colonel Jacob Sheeds. We launched AG today and eventually added our Princess Ronnie Ronstadt to the mix. Von Ronstadt. J.D. Hewitt from the History Underground was on AG today, and he let us take over his YouTube channel, which was pretty cool. We introduced you to Cam. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. We introduced you to Cam. And really, he won our hearts. He won all of America's hearts. He is now known as America's sweetheart.
And Colby's best friend.
Okay. Author Michael Eisenhut came on to talk about his book, Brothers of War. We talked about what combat is really like with Eric and Colby separately. Ron Palm talked about Civil War photography, and we even dipped our toes in the 9/11 waters with Tom McMillan. LBG John Krebs made his debut to talk about the Battle of Hanover. Ken Rich came on to talk about the hospital complexes in town after the battle, and he fell off his stool. Kent Masterson Brown and Caroline Janey talked with us about their latest books. Mark Dunkelman shared his vast knowledge of the 154th New York of Coster's Brigade. Tom McMillan came back to talk about Wesley Culp, Gettysburg's most famous rebel, and we just recorded with him last week for his book Armistead and Hancock. So we have that coming out after the new year. Tom McMillan there. Pete Carmichael brought 3 of his Pohanka students on the show to talk about what being a Pohanka means. Zach Fry told us about a Republic in the ranks. Randy Drace told us about all of the wonderful things he does. And Tim Ruddy, Major Marshall, rounded out the year. Actor Tim Ruddy, I should say. Round out the year for our recordings and releases. And so
it's a lot of good stuff. It really is. I mean,
it's a lot.
I got to be honest. If I can be honest, was a little bit fearful. You know, you guys were spearheading a lot of things, and I'm thinking, man, where are they going to
fall apart?
Well, and right, where are you going to find people that are willing to come on and talk? And there are a ton of very knowledgeable people about topics I never even thought about. You know, someone like Ross Hetrick who can talk to you for hours about Thaddeus Stevens alone, right? Like, or Ken Rich who can talk to you about the town, or you know, all these different topics that I thought, oh, they're going to run out of stuff if they go at this speed, and it doesn't sound like you guys are slowing down at all. So that's exciting.
Well, we are, but it happens twice a year. You slow down, July and December.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. But yeah, so we that's all the guests that we had on Patreon. So we had a lot of stuff, going on. A lot of stuff on the free feed too. I mean, a lot of stuff on the free feed. But you know, the free feed, you know, it's Ask a Guides and it's old Patreon shows, and whenever I can finish them, it's the narratives. And that's grown too, by the way. I mean, the amount of downloads that we get now, I never thought we could ever. If we were on for 10 years, I never thought we would get this many downloads a month. What we do, and I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So all the people that listen on the free feed as well, thank you for sure, because that is, you know, you're getting it for free, but the higher those numbers go up, the more attractive we are to advertisers, and the more we can raise the price of advertising, and so that helps.
But the quality of that content is good. Those Ask a Guides and things. I mean, you know, the anniversary shows that you guys did with, you know, Deb Novotny, and I'm not even gonna start naming everybody because I'm gonna forget some, but I mean, you had to have had at least a dozen licensed Battlefield guides on just for the anniversary stuff, and I mean, it's
half a dozen maybe, yeah. But
there were like 3 per episode. I mean, like there were like 2 or 3, like Tracy Bear and Rich. You know,
Tracy Bear and Rich for day 1, yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah. So anyway,
Deb and Jim Pangburn for day 2. Who did we have for day 3?
Was it Tim?
I think it was Tim, wasn't it?
Charlie.
Oh, that's right. And we recorded it in here because it was raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we had Charlie for day 3. I think it was supposed to be Charlie and Tim, but Tim had something that came up that he had to take care of.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was like a family thing he had to take care of. But anyway, it was a great year.
Yeah.
And really thank you all. I mean, you know, believe me, we could do this for no one. Like, you know, that's most people that do podcasts, they end up really essentially doing it for nobody. Yeah. Like, you know, very few people that actually listen. And out of those, very few that actually engage with them and interact with them. And that's why it's taken me 12 years to finally figure it out, because you gotta figure out how to do it and what works and how to find an audience. It's very hard. Yep. It's very hard. So that's why these, you know, young pups that come along and go, "Can I ask you for advice on a podcast?"
Come here, Gramps.
Yeah, and then I give them the advice, and they don't take it, and then in 4 episodes they give up, like Owen did, right, Owen?
Yes.
Now, what happened with that? You wanted to do a podcast. You asked for advice. I give it. You do none of it.
I found my cup of tea, which is writing and making posts. And I'm not a personality like you are.
That's true. That's true. You are the antithesis.
I found
of a
what works for
personality.
me, and you found what works for you.
That's right. And it's not. So in other words, it's not easy to do this, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and it'd be a lot better podcast if Keith was on a lot more.
No, see, you're blaming someone else, and you have to make it
I wish
good.
Keith was on more because he's better at podcasting than I am.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't want to do it, obviously, or he'd make the time.
Isn't he in the service?
Yeah,
well, Uncle Sam doesn't want him to do it
next week.
Huh?
I'm actually heading down to his place on New Year's.
Are you? Very nice. You gonna party down there with the college kids?
Yeah, so we built 2 cabins.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So you're gonna sleep in the cabins. It's romantic.
Yep.
Very romantic.
With
well, good for you.
4 other people.
Yeah. Well, that's perverted and romantic.
Ooh, we did print out period liquor labels, though.
Oh, good. So the modern liquor, you will put old.
Quit touching the microphones.
Sorry, that was me.
Couldn't help myself.
But I'm not going like like some people do. All right. Well, thank you, Owen. You are always very informative and a barrel of monkeys. Thank you so much for enlightening us with whatever the hell that was. All right. So, any particular memory of the year, Eric, that stands out in your mind? How about almost dying in a bus fire? Wasn't that fun?
I don't feel like I almost died.
Because we didn't.
I will say.
What, Owen?
Said a couple of people thought they were.
Oh, yeah. No, there were plenty of people that thought they were. Yes, Eric?
I will say one of the more interesting recent memories was when Cameron ran out of the shed because something blew up off in the distance. It was only a couple of months ago. You guys don't remember that?
I remember the explosion. I don't remember
he
him
was
running.
sitting there, and something blew up, and he was like, and he ran out. Like he was going to fix that shit like Superman.
The Rams are coming!
Well, speaking of which, is there somebody in your call queue?
I'm having trouble with the call queue. Is someone trying to call in? I'm sorry, folks.
Cameron
our internet
is being very insistent that he is in the queue.
Cam,
or
just
at least he was.
Cam, just call my number. You have my number. Call me. And you know what? Here's what I'll do. No, don't. All right, let me see this. Let me try this here real quick.
You want me to take the phone number off of the camera frames?
No, wait. I got it.
Oh,
I got it.
All right.
I got it.
Oh, well, thank God.
Cam, is that you? Are you on the air?
Hello?
There he is. Aww. It wouldn't be Christmas without hearing from our buddy Cam.
Cameron, have you...
He was going to try to be somebody else. I could tell in his voice. He was trying to disguise his voice.
Were you going to disguise your voice, Cam?
Yeah, a little bit. I was just trying to play a joke on you.
Veronica, that's funny. So wait, you were going to try to prank us by using a different voice, yet you go in the comment section and say, answer
your
the phone.
Got him.
I mean, come on, Cameron. Who are you fooling there?
Cameron, have you pushed anybody in a wheelbarrow as of late?
What, Cam?
You really got to start that music. I can hear it all the way down here in West Virginia right now.
Oh, it travels that far?
He's playing it loud.
It is. Very loud. Cops called.
So what are you doing, Cam?
I can hear it.
All right, ignore the music. Just keep going.
I'm trying to. Even down here, it's getting on my nerves.
What's the name? What's the name of the road you're on?
You're going to have to forgive me on the name.
Powers Hollow. I'm in cabin.
You're in a cabin?
I'm in Cabin, West Virginia.
Cabin, West Virginia. Okay. Is the music too loud on your end? Let me turn it down. I'll stop it for you.
I heard another voice. Who are you with?
Yeah,
Cam?
who are you with, Cameron? Is that your girlfriend?
My
dad.
No, you wish. I'm with my dad sitting.
Oh, your dad. You're with your dad. How are things with your lady love?
Okay. Well, I've been more working busy lately. I've been teaching every day.
Is it over with her?
No.
No?
It's not over.
Oh, okay, good. I don't want it to be over because it's just started. Yeah, just started. It just started.
How's teaching going? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, how's teaching going?
Interesting. Some days are just yelling constantly to get them to sit down or trying to get them to do their work.
Really? You just have to spend the day yelling at them?
Well, sometimes they're wound up, but most of the time they do their work.
Kind of got out of hand.
Do they talk back to you?
No, not really.
Are they nice to you?
Yeah, they're nice to me.
Do they call you Cameron or Mr. Mallow or Mr. Cameron or what do they call you?
Mr. Malla.
Mr. Malla. And do you actually have to teach them? Because you're a substitute, right?
Yeah, I have to teach them some days.
Yeah, so you actually have to give the lesson. But the teacher you're filling in for has put the lesson together already, right? So you just have to follow that?
Yeah.
Okay. And you like that?
I've enjoyed it. I mean, it's a way to make money during the winter months whenever I'm not working for the Park Service.
Sure. What is, and don't name names, but tell us about the most annoying student you have.
I don't really have any annoying students.
Oh, that's good. So you got a good class this year.
I'm not just been teaching one class. I've been teaching in 3 different grades.
Aha. And out of all those different grades, not one kid is super annoying?
No.
See, I think West Virginia, they just raise better children because they're not annoying.
No, they're more worried. The principal's more worried about the next prank I'm going to pull on them.
That you're going to pull.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
Okay. So Cam, do you miss us? Because you haven't been here in a while.
Oh, well, I'll be up actually Tuesday or Wednesday after I teach.
Okay. So, and then how long are you going to be up for?
For a couple of days.
Okay.
I'll be up till Christmas Eve, and I'm coming back down here.
Till Christmas Eve, and then you're going back down. And then are you going to be up after Christmas?
Probably for a little bit.
Because we're going to do a Mystery Science 3000 viewing of the movie Gettysburg, and we would love to have you participate with us.
I don't know if you'd want me in on that movie. I know that movie inside and out. I'll end up spoiling the whole thing.
No, that's the whole point. Yeah, that's the point. We're all going to watch it. We've all seen it 1,000 times, so we're all going to watch it, and we're all going to or twice.
Or twice. Yeah.
But you've fallen asleep both times, haven't you? Yeah. Veronica has not seen the movie all the way through yet, Cameron. What do you think of that?
It is difficult, right?
Try watching Gods and Generals.
I haven't even
No.
Avoiding like the plague.
I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cam, what? No, but seriously, you didn't answer the question though. Do you miss us?
Yeah, I miss being in Gettysburg.
No, Cameron. God damn it!
He's just avoiding it.
You are. The question is, do you miss us?
Yeah, I do. I miss hanging out with everybody up there.
That was the most like. You really don't miss us.
Mm-mm.
Is that what you're trying to say?
Heartbreaking.
That's fair.
Oh, no. I miss hanging out with you all.
Do you? Okay. And can you name the people that are included in you all?
Everybody I know up there.
Exactly. So, in other words, no, you can't.
I like just hanging out with everybody.
Yeah.
Cam is the perfect politician.
He really is.
Yeah,
you should run for office, Cameron.
Don't worry, they're already down here. Some of the kids are hollering, I should run for president.
Oh, shit.
Shooting for president.
I don't know about president, though. Can't you just start with, I don't know, town council and work your way up to president?
Cam doesn't believe in that.
I mean, don't you think you're a little overly ambitious by going right to president? Substitute teacher to president. You see what I mean?
I feel like you should be at least an alderman first.
Yeah, be an alderman or dog catcher or something.
I mean,
no, I just shoot for the top.
You shoot for the top.
Fair enough.
Hey, listen.
I go big.
Yeah, no, go big or go home, right? Shoot for the top, and you might end up in the middle. But the stupid idiot like me who says one step at a time, he's going to take forever to get to the middle, and you're just going to fall there because you missed the top. But they'll say,
I haven't read the Constitution recently, but don't you have to be a certain age that you have not yet attained? So you got
35.
some time to kind of
get your act together.
It's 35.
How old is he?
He's 30.
I got 5 years.
Yeah, I was going to. Yeah, I was gonna say, I
You
don't
were
know.
talking about him.
Oh no. He's vice president. Matt'll be vice president.
What do you think of Chick-fil-A? Do you like Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, I like eating there.
All right.
Chick-fil-A corporate is very protective of their taste profile.
All right. I just had to get that disclaimer in there.
Love him.
Cameron, what do you want for Christmas? And don't tell me world peace and all that crap.
teeth.
Like, what do you want for, or your two front teeth? What do you want for Christmas? Be serious. Be real. Be honest. What do
How
you
do you
want?
know that's what I wanted for Christmas? Peace and my two front teeth.
Because I know you, Cameron. You're a very good-hearted young man with no teeth.
No, what I want for Christmas is a job in Gettysburg on the park.
Well, Santa can't do that.
Santa would get
Well,
arrested.
that's my big dream.
Okay, what's your small dream?
Then I can be up there all the time.
What would you like as a stocking stuffer?
I don't really know. I think this year a lot of the families get me stuff for decorating my house and for other products for the house.
What is your favorite Christmas movie?
What is the favorite one? I'd say probably the best one is it's got to be old country Christmas movie I saw years ago. I can't think of the name.
Was it on the Hallmark Channel?
Yeah, it was something Hallmark.
Yeah. Really? So one of your favorite Christmas movies is a Hallmark movie?
It was like a country Christmas type
Country
ordeal,
Christmas.
like in West Virginia.
Sure. A West Virginia Christmas.
What's a country Christmas?
Yeah, what is a country Christmas? Good question.
Guns.
Do you bring the presents in a wheelbarrow?
Oh, bro, no, that's the wedding. That was at Eric's wedding.
Yes, that was at Eric's wedding.
Katie loves you, by the way.
Does she? She loves Cam?
Yeah.
She's a fan of Cam?
I don't think she's ever met
I know.
Cameron.
No, but she just loves
Just from that little.
the celebrity of Cam. Well, okay, so what is a country Christmas, Cameron? What do you do in a country Christmas?
Big dinner. Everybody comes around the house.
Right.
Fellowship with families.
Right.
And then just has a good time.
Okay.
And then music, more laughter, open presents.
So music, more laughter, and opening presents. What was the best Christmas present you ever got during your country Christmas?
Toy Gatling gun.
Toy Gatling gun. I like that.
Oh, I thought he said 20 Gatling guns. I
Oh,
was like, no,
20 would have been too much,
toy,
yeah.
Toy Gatling gun. Okay.
All right, so you got a toy Gatling gun, and that was what, last year?
No, that wasn't last year.
Oh, okay, it wasn't last year. It was when you were a little kid. My favorite gift was a drum set. How about yours, Veronica? Did you get a drum set for Christmas? What'd you get? What was your favorite gift?
No.
No.
I asked for a guitar the one year, so like an acoustic guitar.
Right.
I remember end up
Because Eric Clapton Unplugged was a very big album at that time.
huge when I was
Yeah.
like 7, right?
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I got that. I remember actually you know how you get up in the middle of the night
To pee.
get your presents, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't wait till the morning,
Yes.
yada yada. So I figured out that was probably the guitar. Unwrapped it and then went back to bed and fell asleep with it pretty much.
Did you get in trouble for unwrapping it?
Nah, I mean I'm an only child. What are they gonna? You know what I mean?
We would get in
nah,
trouble if we did
nah,
that.
nah.
Yeah. I used to go and sleep by the presents.
Yeah.
I could tell what was mine, and just the smell of the wrapping paper and the fresh Scotch tape and the pine tree, that whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was great. And everybody else in the house was asleep. I don't know how my sister was able to sleep on Christmas Eve. I couldn't.
Hey, Matt.
What?
I used to go open all my sister's gifts and then go back to sleep.
Tell me about this. Go ahead. Did you get in trouble for that?
No.
So wait a second. Did she get mad at you?
No, my sister just threw a paint in my face.
She threw paint in your face.
No, she threw a pillow in my face.
Oh, a pillow.
I thought he said paint.
Yeah.
That or a pan. I couldn't.
A pan or a paint? Yeah, that's I couldn't
Pillow.
tell. I went with
Duh.
paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay.
I love messing with them when I'm on the phone.
You know I can hear
We
you.
can hear you, Cam. Tell your dad, A, by the way.
Tell your dad we said hi, and we can hear you.
I bet. I miss you all.
Thanks, Cam's dad.
Hey,
What?
I bet you wish you could have a hidden camera in one of the rooms when I'm teaching, just to hear me teach.
I do wish that. And in fact, I told you on Remembrance Day weekend that I want to come down with a camera and follow you around for a day or two.
Like a Cam documentary.
I'll get you lost completely back in the back boonies.
Well, I don't want like a deliverance type of a thing. I just want to see what it's like, a day in the life of Cam.
Hey, one thing remember, Deliverance is not based in West Virginia. That's in Georgia.
Oh, was that Georgia? I thought it was West Virginia.
Pretty sure it was
No.
filmed in West Virginia.
It was filmed in West Virginia. Is that right, Cameron?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, but it took place in Georgia.
You got me there.
yeah, exactly.
Hello, exactly.
All right, Cam, listen, we've got to get going. I've got to move the show along. Would you like to just stay on the line and then, jump in once in a while, or do you want to go and listen to the show?
No, I can jump in once in a while.
All right, then I'm going to need you to hang on during the commercial break. Can you do that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing to do.
Okay, you sure?
It was shot in Georgia, too.
It was
Yeah.
shot in Georgia. Okay, so it wasn't shot in West Virginia. It was shot in Georgia. All right, so there you go, Cam. West Virginia is saved. Owen just looked it up. Okay.
Sounds thanks.
All right. Oh, I don't want to do that. All right, so we're going to go. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and Cameron will join us for a discussion, whatever that leads us to. I don't know. And a couple of listener emails. Mike Lentz is going to recap all of his injuries from the last year. So we'll be right back.
Be back in just a bit.
Hang tight there, Cam.
You've heard us promote various ways that you can help us keep the show going. But one way we haven't pushed too much yet is our sutlery at addressinggettysburg.com/shop. And that's a shame, because we have designs over there by talented artists like Ty DeWitt of 1863 Designs and Mike Stretch of the Heritage Depot. So now we're promoting it. Buying shirts, hoodies, mugs, and other items from our sutlery not only helps us keep the lights on, but it also helps guys like Ty and Mike, and it helps spread the word about the show every time you wear an item or sip from your mug. So please, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/shop and grab some merch. You just might find the perfect Christmas gift for the Gettys nerd in your family. That's addressinggettysburg.com/shop. Winter is coming. But that doesn't mean there's no reason for you to come to Gettysburg. In fact, there are more reasons for you to come to Gettysburg. Don't believe me? Well, how about not having to wait an hour and a half for a table at your favorite restaurant? How about not having to sit in traffic for a half an hour just to go 2 blocks in town? Are those not enough for you? Okay. How about seeing the battlefield with no leaves on the trees or corn that grows taller than a man to obscure your views? Now you'll actually be able to see the lay of the land. Now I've got your interest. All right, what about this? Licensed battlefield guides that we have on the show have less hectic schedules, and they're able to take you on a tour that will enhance that better visibility. Just as I thought. Now you're with me. And now that you are, head over to addressinggettysburg.com/LBG or call 717-693-0182 for larger groups. That's addressinggettysburg.com/LBG or 717-693-0182. Experience the magic of Christmas in Gettysburg. Stroll decorated streets on a festive walking food tour highlighting the sights, sounds, and unique tastes of this historic town. Enjoy stops at some of the best eateries, all while learning fascinating facts about early Christmas traditions. Admire the glittering lights, decorated storefronts, and our grand 30-foot Christmas tree in Lincoln Square, all adding to the ambiance of the most wonderful time of the year. Get started on Christmas shopping for your loved ones as we visit a few downtown stores that offer one-of-a-kind Christmas gifts, a perfect opportunity for any last-minute gift hunting you need to get done. Enjoy a private holiday tour through the Shriver House with dessert in the Shriver Saloon. This special tour will transport you back in time to Christmases of yesteryear. So make a new Christmas tradition with your family and friends. The Christmas Tastes and Traditions Food Tour promises to be delicious, delightful, and decidedly local. Go to SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com and book your tour today. That's SavorGettysburgFoodTours.com. Well, the 2021 season is over, but that doesn't mean you can't get a jump on next season. In fact, Getty's Bike Tours will reward those who do so with a 15% discount. All you got to do is book a tour for 2 people or more between now and March 31st of 2022, and you'll receive 15% off your tour. So call 717-752-7752 and book today. Discount only applies to tours. Our favorite bookstore in Gettysburg is For the Historian, located at 42 York Street. Isn't it, Eric?
You're darn tootin', Matt.
It's because they have the best selection of Civil War books in Gettysburg, both new and used, and online they have even more books to choose from.
But Matthew, what if the Civil War is simply not my thing?
Not a problem, my fine four-fendered friend. This is For the Historian, after all. They cover history from the ancient world to the 21st century with a strong selection of World War II and American Revolution books.
It's astounding how they squeeze thousands of titles from Osprey, Savas Beatty, UNC Press, and more into their store.
And it's also astounding how you and I both squeeze into our pants every day. Well, handsome, they have a warehouse too, and that's where they keep all those books that are available online at forthehistorian.com. And folks, if you go to forthehistorian.com now and order books until you're blue in the face, be sure you mention that you heard about them on Addressing Gettysburg in the Note to Seller box, and they will refund your shipping costs.
What if I prefer to browse in the store and don't want to go online to get my book?
Great question, Doodlebug. Just mention Addressing Gettysburg at checkout, and they'll take 20% off the retail price of your item. So go to forthehistorian.com, stop by 42 York Street, or call 717-685-5207. That's forthehistorian.com or 717-685-5207. Audiobook narrator Mike Scott. When selecting your next audiobook, choose from some of the great titles narrated by audiobook narrator Mike Scott, like Bloody Autumn, the Shenandoah Valley Campaign of 1864. And if you're an author or publisher interested in having your written works produced as audiobooks, give Mike a shout at MikeScottVoice.com. Mike Scott, the voice of history. And Civil War Trails. It's the world's largest open-air museum, and they offer over 1,300 sites across 6 states. Drive the Gettysburg campaign turn by turn, paddle to Frederick Douglass's birthplace, or hike to remote earthworks and artillery positions. Visit civilwartrails.org to request a brochure and explore their interactive map. Follow Civil War Trails and create some history of your own.
Need a Corps badge or other insignia for your uniform? Then check out the Badge Maker. Here's what some of his satisfied customers had to say. Miranda said, I ordered an identification disc from Joe and it's fantastic. He hand stamped it exactly as I wanted. It has a great rough on-campaign feel to it and was reasonably priced to boot. Greg said, my unit has purchased from him in the past. Quality badges and good service. And Jerry S. says, the Badge Maker is the go-to place for accurate replica Civil War badges. Visit CivilWarCorpsBadges.com and attach a message with your order saying you heard about him on Addressing Gettysburg.
Gettysburg, a Nation Divided mobile app, is relaunching this summer. Gettysburg, a Nation Divided is an award-winning mixed reality mobile application using augmented reality technology. It transports users into the most crucial moments in the Battle of Gettysburg, the turning point of the Civil War. Users can listen and watch historic figures share their stories as lifelike animated avatars, traverse 360-degree image sequences of the battlefield. Its cinematic battle sequences are narrated by actor Scott Eastwood. The mobile app is available for free on iOS and Android. It's designed to be used anywhere, at home, at school, at the park, or at Gettysburg National Military Park. It uses GPS to help guide you through your journey to see the stories and events unfold at the exact location where they occurred. So go into your phone's app store and get it now for free. That's Gettysburg, a Nation Divided.
What's up, everybody? It's Pat McGuire, co-host of the History Things podcast. Co-host Matt Borders and I offer a fresh new podcast taking on some of the most famous as well as some of the most unheard of stories from U.S. and world history. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at the History Things podcast. As always, thanks for listening. Now back to the show.
back with Cam's Idol.
That was years ago.
Here's Matt.
All right, a little Christmas hard rock there. What were you laughing at there, Cam?
Some new introduction into it.
The introduction, Cam's Idol, that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, you disagree?
It was neat. I never heard it before.
Oh, okay. All right, very good. All right, so we've got some listener emails here, and let's see. I want to start with 6 questions. Lentz is here because it's a good one here. Matt, I will not be able to attend the end of the year Addressing Gettysburg Today show due to work commitments. It felt necessary to put a few thoughts on paper about last year in Addressing Gettysburg. The last year, excuse me. First, thank you to you and Eric for all the work that you do in producing the content that enriches my life on a regular basis. Long hours of hard work go into doing even the simplest of actions, and your efforts are very much appreciated. Eric is not heartless, despite what some children are prompted to say. He was never prompted.
Indeed.
And one of my favorite moments or developments in 2021 is his opening up and participating more in the live feeds and the recorded episodes. One of the highlights of the year for me is when Eric was talking about the Pennsylvania Reserves during an Ask a Guide with Chaz Fennell. I could have listened to hours of him talking on the subject. Why was it necessary to adjust that microphone?
Mute him.
Yeah, raise your hand if you want to talk. You don't see. This is why you don't deserve an open mic. Okay, you'll get an open mic when you stop fidgeting with the damn microphone.
Get new chairs, goddammit.
Oh, you were holding onto the microphone because the chair was going down?
I was readjusting because now I look like a physically deformed individual.
Now you look like a child sitting at the kids' table on Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Okay.
right now he just looks like a head.
Yeah. Thanks.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I'm staying like this. I'm boycotting.
All right. Anyway, 2 key developments in the show besides the new studio were the introduction of Veronica and the emergence of Cam. Veronica adds so much to the show, and I look forward to her news segments as well as her What's Going On segments, as they help me to understand the community a little more, and they also allow me to plan my activities at Gettysburg. Her sense of humor and injection of common sense is a welcome relief to what would otherwise be a madhouse without her. Then there is Cam. He is just Cam, and that in and of itself is astounding and fun. That is all I need to say on that. I look back as a listener and I look at the names that have been on the show and the diverse topics covered in the past year. It is truly remarkable and a testament to your dedication as well as your effort to provide a classroom to those who are interested in finding out more about Gettysburg. Some of the names that you have interviewed include Gary Edelman, Pete Carmichael, Kent Masterson Brown, David Martin, Scott Hartwig, Carolyn Janey, Tom McMillan, Mark Dunkelman Martin. We went through these already before, and so many others. Each episode is instructive and valuable because, Matt, you make the show not about you, but about what they know, meaning the guests. That is important for a moderator to pull the best out of their guests, and I can say that you do that on a regular basis. Also, the plethora of licensed battlefield guides that have come in have provided hours of thought-provoking material. Each one is unique. I have hired guides because they were on the show because I wanted to learn more. Yes, a lot of guides have been hired from being on the show. Let that be a message to any licensed guides listening who have not been on the show. Okay, it helps to be on the show. I love the community that has rallied around you. They are smart, sarcastic, and fun. I would have never met them in quite the same capacity if it were not for this podcast. Their intelligence and humor have helped sustain me through the year. I love my fellow listeners dearly, and I would not trade this community for anything in the world. The Get Out of the Car tours were all enjoyable, and Lewis does a great job. Each tour is like a reunion. The book club has been fun and instructive. Just the people in there and their backgrounds astound me. I am definitely not the smartest one in that Zoom chat, and it is fun just to listen to the others discuss a particular section of a book. Steve Byers does such a great job moderating the book club. Lastly, thank you for putting up with my questions. I have an almost insatiable appetite to learn, and you allow me to access to questions, to ask questions or to sit in on the recordings of experts on subjects on which I have a curiosity. If memory serves me, it is this propensity to ask questions that has led to my moniker 6 Questions Lentz this year. You have been kind enough to weed through the questions I send you and even more gracious enough to ask them. 2021 was a great year, and I look forward to 2022. Warmest regards, Michael, 6 Questions Lentz. Well, thank you very much for that, Mike.
That was really nice.
Yes, that was good. Now, I could have sworn he sent me another one with his list of injuries because people want to know, what his injuries were and everything. So let me just see here because I'm pretty sure. Yes, here we go. All right. Here we go. Ready? It has been a year, he says. Sprained ankle while stepping on a stone in the 3rd lane drive-thru. Sprained ankle as a result of tripping on Christmas lights while working in 1st lane drive-thru. This is at work at Chick-fil-A, by the way. They have now put a sidewalk in to prevent that from happening again. I have named it the Lentz Memorial Walkway. Twisted ankle while working as an outside expediter in the drive-thru. I did not drop the food, but it did hurt. Sliced my wrist while showing a trainee how to not use the cardboard compactor. On a positive note, I did teach her how to use the first aid kit. Also, I am now currently on my tetanus vaccination, so there is that. Strained my hamstring sprinting while doing outside serving. Sprained my hip while lifting heavy trash into the dumpster, also related to overcompensating for my strained hamstring. This is also not including suffering through 2 stomach bugs and vomiting at work because of heat exhaustion. The one positive, and I think he missed here, though, the tooth.
Yeah.
I mean, he broke his tooth and had like a deadly infection from it. That was the one that worried me, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were asking work-related
No, these are just the injuries. The one positive is that none of this happened during a Get Out of the Car tour or anything related to Gettysburg. This I owe to the vigilance of the great listeners of Addressing Gettysburg and to Eric's watchfulness.
My watchfulness?
Yes.
Why mine?
Because you're
not heartless and you are on the lookout for your fellow man.
When we had the bus fire, you were the second one off the bus. That lady Cindy was the first one, but you were the second one off. And that's not to say it's cowardly. That's to say he was the second one off because he wanted to stand out there and make sure that people didn't gather near the bus in case it exploded, which is, And of course, what did people do after he told them to get away from the bus? They gathered.
They stood next to the bus so they could gawk at it.
And then others that did listen, they went further down the road, but they stood right on the white line in the shoulder
to get
hit by another car. So I had to run down after them and say, get on the grass.
Oh, my God.
But no, Eric got off to make sure everything on the ground was okay while I stayed on to be the last one off the bus with the bus driver and make sure that everybody got off. Apparently, it was a scary moment for everybody else, but I was completely oblivious to the fact that, we weren't in danger, but everybody thought we were, and I don't know, it just didn't get me that way. Although I did almost kill Jim Hessler with bug spray on a tour this year, I do not count that since I was not the one getting injured. Bring on 2022. Regards, Michael 6 Questions Lentz.
That was actually funny. The wind just kicked up as Mike was spraying bug spray and Jim was talking, right into Jim's mouth.
Oh, man.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Oh, well, thank God we don't use DDT anymore.
All right. Are you ready? Okay, let's see if I remember which button it is.
You doing news or events first?
Yeah.
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
Oh, my
Sam
wait,
likes that.
is it news first?
It's whatever you want. Go ahead.
Who's going to do the Robin Williams helicopter sound?
Good morning, Gettysburg. Is that what you said?
I wish you were silent longer because that would have been perfect for the just total silence until he said, "Hello."
Sorry.
All right, next time.
I thought you had more emails. Just those two?
It was just that one. Yeah, well, no, there was another one, wasn't there?
I don't know.
Yeah, there was, but I figured I would just skip it for, time's sake.
This is where the boys pressure me to be quick.
No, well, because during the break, Eric was like, hurry up, goddammit. And I was like, what? It's the last show of the year. And so I edited this.
But
I cut it
we
out.
have another one.
Huh?
We have another one.
Another one what?
On Monday.
Well, but another, this is the last of these.
Thank
God. Well, do you want to hear the other one first?
Yeah, do the other one.
All right. Good afternoon, Matt. You're very welcome. I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong thing here. I thoroughly enjoyed this podcast and have found that it consistently challenges my thinking on the battle. Sometimes strengthening my views on certain subjects, other times requiring me to dispose of long-held beliefs, but always deepening my understanding. I am a relative latecomer, having started listening in May of this year. I was in Gettysburg for a long weekend and had hired a licensed battlefield guide to dig into Samuel Johnston's Recon, my first guided tour. I was scheduled with Chris Army, and the night before the tour, I wanted to refamiliarize myself with the Recon so I could converse somewhat intelligently on the subject. And lo and behold, I stumbled upon your segment with Chris that I found on YouTube talking about Captain Johnston's. I decided to become a patron, for several reasons. One, this is too good of a bus on which to take a free ride. What a way to put it. Thank you very much. I like that. Too good of a bus on which to take a free ride. I would be reckless, or it would be reckless of me to leave the funding of this content from which I derive so much enjoyment to others. Amen. 2, being able to submit a question for the Ask a Guide segments is a really nice perk. 3, as a result of the Captain Johnston tour, Chris Army is my sentimental favorite LBG, and I would like to lobby for him to get a t-shirt like Tim Smith's. I'm thinking, quote, it's multiple choice, end quote, would be a good catchphrase for him. That is a good one, actually, yes. I am looking forward to meeting some of the gang next time I'm in town. The show has a real sense of community. I'm glad to finally have some skin in the game. Best regards, Brian Nichols, Jefferson, Maine. Okay, now.
You doing news or events first?
She's the gal who knows what's going on. So take notes. There's a test at the end. Here's AG Today's lead anchor, Veronica Brestensky, with news, traffic, weather, sidewalk conditions, and what's happening this weekend.
I must have all possible information.
All right. Cameron really gets a kick out of that one there.
Oh man!
All right, go ahead, Ronnie.
So
what kind of news?
We're gonna start with some bad news first. Yeah, and then we'll end with some good stuff. So, there was an announcement made earlier this year that there will be no New Year's Eve celebration on the square.
Yes,
here in Gettysburg. So that kind of sucks. I think there was like a 20-year tradition that was started and pretty much spearheaded by the Arts Council for several years, and then with COVID, they did not do it recently. We were trying to debate whether that was actually 2019 into 20, which is what the article in the Gettysburg Times says.
It had to be. It had to be 19 into 20. No,
I think it's 20 into 21.
Yeah.
Right, that would make more sense because I don't think the pandemic really took effect until the beginning of 2020.
No, by this time, by New Year's of 2020, 19 to 20, I remember seeing videos of people dropping like flies in China from the Rona. But it wasn't here yet.
Yeah.
To the point, I mean, it apparently was here in November.
Like that,
but lockdown and all that started in March.
Right, because that's when my mom actually, that little fire under her ran to sell the house and move a little bit quicker because there was the announcement for like the lockdown.
Right.
And that was at the end of March, early April, I think.
By this time in 2019, the idea of quarantining unsick people was ludicrous.
Yeah.
And then by March, everybody was like, okay.
So anyway, now that we've agreed that the newspaper article may have been wrong, that it actually wasn't 2019 was the last, 2019 was the last, not was canceled.
Right.
Anyway, long story short is the Arts Council decided not to continue doing it. The Merchants Association basically just announced this week that there's just been no financial support, no interest, etc. So they are not doing any kind of festival, especially not fireworks. Although that being said, right? Have you seen any advertisements or anything asking for support?
No, but we talk about this all the time. I don't know what's going on from weekend to weekend until you do the news. Number one, you're my. I don't even know where you find all this information. And that's the thing. Like, I'm trying. That's why I would really love to make Addressing Gettysburg like the place where everybody just sends their information and everybody can go and find out what's going on. Because, I mean, people ask me all the time, anything big this weekend? I'm coming in, and it's like I don't know. Is there travel agent written across my forehead? Like, I don't know what's going on. I live here. It doesn't mean I know what's going on.
Well, even like at the last minute they were trying to do the holiday parade, right? And then they raised money at the end of it and everything. But there was nothing, no announcement other than, sorry, we just no interest. We're not doing it this year. So
here's what we're gonna do. How much did they need for the New Year's Eve?
Apparently so the story continues that was last week. The announcement was made at the end of the week.
Yeah.
This week, the owner of the Purple Piggy Toys and Gifts on Chambersburg Street. His name is Keith George, and resident Patty Robinson have spearheaded efforts to chair a committee for next year.
Good.
For
Okay.
2022 into 23.
And because here's another reason why. I always say to people, and I've been saying this all year, as we're getting closer to the end of the year and people write me and they say, what's there to do? When should I come? All that stuff. I go, well, if you don't have a date set already, come for New Year's Eve. Because they have fireworks, they close down the square, you get some knife fights. It's fun. And I'm like selling this to everybody, and they go, oh, well, maybe that's what I'm going to do this year. And then here it isn't to do. So I'm glad that they're going to do it, and I would like to get in touch with them because maybe we can, with the power of our audience, maybe start a GoFundMe so that we don't run into this next year.
Yeah.
And,
I guess they're projecting $15,000 as their goal. So they've already started,
So we
and
can
they're
go fund
talking
that.
about like a bar crawl throughout the summer, maybe, or like all kind of different things to generate some money throughout the year.
Or GoFundMe. We'll do it with the GoFundMe.
Fair enough.
Owen, you have something? You're pointing.
Yeah, I was just going to. Well, now we have to take the lead, and we have to go down to Keystone and buy some mortar tubes and hop in the back of my truck and go around town.
That's not a bad idea because you got an out-of-state license.
Right.
Yeah, you can get all the good stuff. Or we can go down to Cameron.
You don't have to have an out-of-state license.
Oh, they changed that?
You just have to be 18.
Hell yeah, man.
No kidding.
Oh, my God, yeah.
So wait a second. With a PA license, I can go and get mortars.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yo, I didn't know this. I thought I had to have an out-of-state license.
Oh, no. So we were in town with Katie's dad one evening.
Yeah?
I think this was last year. And, we were doing what adults do on a Friday evening.
That's gross with her dad.
Around about midnight, we were heading home, and the idea was broached to go buy fireworks.
And they have a fireworks store at midnight that's open at midnight.
Oh my God, it's open until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
For this particular reason, when people get drunk
swear to God.
and have really great ideas.
Yeah. I was stone cold sober. Her dad was pretty sober, but drunk Katie, as it turns out, really likes to blow shit up. Because we bought about $600 worth of fireworks in one shot because every single one of them was her favorite.
Well,
of course.
And then we lit them all off in the backyard over the course of 2 evenings.
Well, damn it, man. If I knew that, man, we would have had a lot more fun.
Absolutely.
Since I've been here.
We can have our Serbia 97 reenactment and just drive around with a Toyota pickup and blast things.
There we go.
Well, that's what we're going to do then. We're going to have a fireworks show off of the roof of the parking garage this year.
You don't know where we'll be.
Yeah,
we might show up, we might not.
Start sending in donations for fireworks to our PayPal.
It's going to be a floating fireworks show. We won't know the location until the night of.
Yeah. We might go torch like Chambersburg while we're at it.
I mean, honestly, there's no reason why a couple of us can't ride in the back of the pickup and just light fuses while we're driving around, man. It can be a traveling fireworks display.
That's true.
Just make sure it doesn't fail to launch and just blows up in the back of the truck.
Yeah, or it doesn't go into somebody's window. That'd be fun.
Those are what Roman candles are for.
Yeah. Cam, did you ever do something like that?
We have an island down here, not far from house one of my great uncles has, and we used to shoot fireworks off from the river and on the island.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Little island battle.
One year, state troopers watched us that we put on a better show than the Petersburg Fire Department.
All right, Ken.
Hey,
very good.
But not ever out of the back
Speaking
of a
of fun
pickup.
on the battlefield,
Quiet.
I got referred to
Quiet.
Gettysburg on the maintenance
Quiet.
again to drive a tractor this summer.
Quiet.
You got referred to do to drive a tractor on the maintenance crew?
Quiet.
Yeah, mowing.
Mowing.
Quiet.
Well, at least you'd be back in Gettysburg.
Well, I also
Quiet.
got Harper's Ferry
Oh,
for interpretation, and also
Quiet.
down Washington, D.C. again.
so you're going to be like jumping all over the place.
I don't know yet. I'm probably. I'm really looking.
Quiet.
I'm really hoping Harper's Ferry.
Okay, very good. All right, very good, Cameron. Well,
Quiet.
congratulations
I
with
wanted to
that
ask you a
one.
bunch of-
That's a good one. Okay, Ronnie, go ahead.
So this is more of a public service announcement rather than news. But
All right.
so WellSpan Hospital System, that's an 8-building hospital facility within their network. They announced this week that, and this is kind of shocking to me, but they have had record numbers of COVID-related beds taken. For like the highest currently than it has been since the start of the pandemic. They have, as a result, specifically, we have 52 beds currently occupied at the Gettysburg Hospital alone. That topped the prior record of 42 in the month of January. So we're up significantly. They are pretty much begging people and making available the vaccines, all 3 different variants of the vaccines. They're allowing walk-in appointments at the Gettysburg Hospital Monday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Saturdays from 8 to noon. They're begging people to get the vaccine. They're seeing like a big spike and stuff again, and even within their 8 hospital system, there's 450 beds that are COVID positive patients right now. So a little bit scary, I guess. I don't know.
You know what's interesting is I know about a dozen people that have had it in the last 2 months. Let's say beginning in November. Yeah. All but 3 of them had really bad cases, like had to be like hospitalized or something. And they were all vaxxed and boosted all the way up to date.
Yeah.
And it's weird. Only three of the people that I know of that had it did not get vaxxed, and they had like mild cases.
See, that's unusual because the statistics are saying that it's just the opposite. If you're vaccinated, you're likely to not need hospitalization. If you're not vaccinated, you are significantly at a higher risk to need
Well, there
hospitalization.
have been stories that have been coming out in the last couple of weeks that are saying that they're kind of perplexed because a lot of the hospitalizations are vaxxed people. So I don't know. It's very weird.
Either way, it's taxing the hospital system, and the supervisors are at wit's end. They're saying that it's just they're literally triaging people in the waiting rooms at this point at the Gettysburg Hospital for this. So anyway,
I'm hearing.
just a public service
I know
announcement
somebody
that-
who works there. She says it's like a nightmare.
Yeah, it's wild.
So
anyway, on to some good news real quick to try
finally.
to round out the news for the year.
Okay.
So Gettysburg Borough taxes. Guess what? They decided to do.
Lower them.
Decrease the taxes. Yes. So that's pretty exciting, right?
About how much?
So about roughly 5.26%, which is a little bit like about $500,000 almost. Maybe like 0.3 of a mil.
Not $500,000, Owen. A mil is so it was something like I read like $1 for every 1,000 you owe or something
That's a
like
mil.
that.
Yeah. So this would be like a little over 4.1, like $4.10 per. So that's a mil. My understanding is it's a mil $1, like kind of equating, right? So if you have 4.117 mils, that's $4.11 per $1,000 that you owe on your property tax.
So if I owe, let's say $2,000 of total property tax, just to make it simple math,
you'd save $8.
It would go down.
I would save $8.
You could buy 3 gallons of gas.
It didn't go up. And who owes
Yeah,
to that?
yeah.
Like that's. And it would be more than that because the mills are not what you owe. It's based on your property value. So if your property value translated into $2,000 worth of what you owe, you're going to save more than you're getting the percentage off the mills,
It's
not
like
the
$16.
dollars.
Now, watch out for this because my county in Virginia did this where they like made a big deal about lowering the taxes, and then they sent the what do you call them, the inspectors around and raised everybody's property value.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, they did that to me 4 years ago.
Yeah.
They lowered
the
my property
reassessments.
tax and then reassessed the value of my property being basically double
Right.
what it was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's not a possibility, but apparently what Gettysburg Borough is doing is going back to the 2019 pre-COVID baseline. They did increase it a little tiny bit from that, but it's technically a decrease from the 2020 rate and 2021 rate because they had to use some surplus to cover shortfalls. Now they're able to get that funding back, like parking and stuff like that, and they're using that money to go back into the reserves, so they're able to take property tax.
Got it. Okay.
It's good news, guys.
good news.
Jeez,
I
oh
wonder how
man,
much-
it's good news.
I wonder how much they're going to raise the rate on the parking meters
Right.
in town now.
Exactly.
It's going to be $3 an hour.
They're
going to
make it up
dime.
somehow. All I know is that good news from government always comes with a knife in the back. So we'll see.
Just don't
We'll
pay your
see.
taxes.
Well, I don't know
one other
property,
really
so-
good. This is also really good. This is like national standard kind of stuff, which is pretty impressive. The giving spree that they did on November 5th, right? So the statistics are out. And I know you were talking about statistics earlier. So they set a record of $3.08 million collected, and that was divvied out across 120 local nonprofits at different ratios, obviously, depending on who donated. But nationwide, for all like giving sprees, we actually bested every other national standard. So
Really?
the way they figured that out is we have 103,500 residents in Adams County, right? There were 2,465 donors that donated this $3.1 million, you might as well say. So it averaged out to $29.90 per person per capita, right? The next closest across the country was actually Lancaster County, which is also apparently very generous, and they came in at $29.09. So we bested them by almost $1 per person.
Yeah, good.
So anyway, and our friends over at the Adams County Historical Society were the top money raisers, just coming in under $800,000 at $789. So
Wow.
yeah, so
Good.
pretty
Good
exciting
for
stuff.
them.
So that's the good news to end the year on.
How do we raise $789,000?
Build a $10 million new facility, right?
Jesus Christmas. What is all the moving and noising and banging?
You need better chairs. You really do.
I know I do. But you know what? No one has
I'll
gone
buy
to the
you
wish
better
list
chairs for
yet, which is
Christmas.
available at addressinggettysburg.com/support the show.
I'm gonna buy you 2 chairs for Christmas.
Is it on there now?
It is on there now.
Oh,
The wish list is on the website now. The wish list is on the website. Look at that wish list.
Let's take a peek.
There it is. There it is.
All right, let me knock out the
ahead.
things to do.
Do it.
So our
Things to do.
things
Wait
to
a
do.
second.
This weekend, where the action is. What's there to do and see when you're in town this weekend? Here's Valerie, Veronica to fill you in.
It's all covered.
Okay.
All right. So our buddy Tim Smith decided at the last minute here that he actually is going to do a presentation. I know initially he said he was not going to have one this week. I think he was going to go take Sam to see the Ravens. So something he must have realized how horrible the Ravens are.
Yeah.
I'm just
Exactly.
teasing.
No,
just
Sam wanted to
teasing
see
him.
the Packers.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sam's a smart guy. Anyway, so Tim is going to do a presentation 6:30 p.m. at the Farnsworth House, the Sweeney Tavern. Obviously, Libby and the folks over there have been fantastic supporters of what we've been doing here at Addressing Gettysburg throughout the year. So
Yes, they
if
have.
you are in town this Sunday, the topic is going to be Hidden in Plain Sight, the Antietam Burial Map. So it's actually pretty interesting, like new find, fairly new find. So listen, the show's at 6:30. That's with Tim. It's $15. You can buy your ticket online ahead of time. You get 15% off your meal tab at that point. However, get there early, have dinner, support them, have a drink, relax, make an evening of it.
Get there early, but not too early because I got to get a good spot to put the recorder. But were you there last week?
No.
And please note that it may start at 6 or 6:30.
That's where I'm going.
Tim said 6. It just came up at 6:30 on when I looked again.
Yeah. So 2 weeks. So 2 years ago, it was at 6.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago, when he did the first one, it was, I assumed it's 6, so I went there at 6, and then they're like, no, it starts at 6:30. Okay, whatever. Last week I go, Eric is on his way. 6 Questions Lentz is on his way. Tim starts at 6 o'clock. It's listed at 6 as 6:30.
Aw.
And so Eric comes in you know, like if you've ever been
like
into
605.
and if you've ever been in Sweeney's Tavern, you know, there's this door in the corner that you can come off of the courtyard, and that's where Eric came in. But that's also where Tim stands.
Spotlight.
So spotlight on Eric, and Eric's like, oh, it's good. You know, he looked like surprised that it was going on because it was supposed to be at 6:30. So then, I don't know, 5 minutes after that, 6 Questions Lentz comes in, and we're sitting at the front, we're sitting at the first table, right? And the one side of the table is a bench, a high-backed bench, right? And so there's a guy. The way they had the table set up was like the high back bench is like, you know, long, and then there's a chair at the end of it with like a two-top there.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's a guy sitting at the two-top, which is blocking access to the bench, right? And so 6 Questions comes in. He sees the show's already going on.
Yeah.
He realizes the spotlight's on him. He doesn't want it to be, just like nobody would want it to be. And so he starts to come in, and we're like, you got to sit there because there was no room to sit anywhere else. So he had to like squeeze in, but then the guy that's sitting there has his back to him and he's eating. And so we don't want to be rude. You know, his wife luckily was like, oh, hey, move, let him in. So he moves like a half an inch. And then, you know, so Lentz has to move the bench, and he starts moving it. And instead of sliding it out, he like tips it back, and the thing almost falls.
Oh, no.
The thing almost falls.
Oh, no.
And like Tim saw it, and he had to go over and help him, like, you know, stop it from falling. And I was like, damn it, Tim.
I mean,
like, why did
somebody
you
said, LOL, is that what the audio was? Is that what was on the audio?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yes. I forgot about that. Yeah. You have the audio of it there. There's this confusion a little bit, and Tim's like, oh, here, let me, and that's Lentz.
Well, we need to talk to Tim, and even if he means to do it at 6, just do it at 6:30 so we can get another round of drinks before and get comfortable and
or whatever. If you just pick a time, you know, and stick with it. Yeah.
So anyway, that's something to do on Sunday night.
Hey,
What, Cameron?
speaking of the good times and talks, this coming spring, I actually going to be speaking twice in 2 different areas in West Virginia. March, last weekend of March, I'm speaking in Morgantown at a Appalachia convention on the 7th, West Virginia Infantry. And then April 2nd, I'm actually going to be speaking in Beverly, West Virginia on my research on the West Virginia swamp dragon.
Un gato grande en mis pantalones.
Ken, let me ask you a question. How are you getting these speaking engagements? I mean, I say this. Yeah, I know you're being invited. I say this because, you know, Veronica, Eric, myself are relatively famous people, and no one has asked us to come and speak. I just wonder, what are you doing to get these invitations?
Well, the one I had to send a proposal into.
You had to do what?
I had to send a proposal of a presentation into that I was wanting to give.
Do you have to pay them?
The other one, no, I sent a proposal in. I don't have to pay them.
Okay. No, there was no like proposal fee or anything like that?
Nope, just submit it, and if they like it, they say they put me on the list.
And who is the group that you're going to speak in front of?
It's going to be a bunch of people from all over Appalachia. It's going to be held in Morgantown.
But I mean, what's the organization? Is it like a Civil War roundtable or?
Nope, just Appalachia in general. Anything and everything Appalachia.
So Cam is going to address Appalachia.
Yep, you know it.
All of it.
Yeah. Friends, Appalachians.
I think he's asking who is coordinating it, Cam? Who asked you for the proposal?
Well, I just started going to these whenever I was at Shepherd, and I was encouraged to.
Is Cameron?
They're called the
They're
called the Appalachia Studies Association.
Okay.
All
right.
ASA.
Okay.
And they have a convention. They have a convention in different states that are considered Appalachia every year, and this year.
Okay.
This year it's going to be in Morgantown.
Okay. All right. Very good. All right.
That's
well,
awesome.
congratulations,
Yeah,
Cam.
that's
You're
exciting.
getting to do speaking engagements before the famous people are. Good.
Sounds like a lot of
Okay, go ahead,
So real
Ronnie.
quick, so we talked about what to do on Sunday night. So this is a kind of interesting. I just saw it in the paper. I didn't see it anywhere else advertised. But Dan Vermilya, who is one of the rangers over at the Eisenhower National Historic Site, he is going to give a 1-hour free walking tour called, I think it's like Walk with Ike. But it's talking about Ike and Mamie's time in town at Gettysburg. What, you know, so if you are interested in that, you meet outside the David Wills house at 5 p.m. on Tuesday, December 22nd, or Thursday, December 23rd. So if you're free in the evening on the
So
on
just
Tuesday
show
or
up
Thursday,
either
just
one of
show
those
up.
days, and he'll give you a tour.
Yep. Yeah, kind of cool.
That is cool.
And keeping in line with the National Park Service announcements, it's officially been announced as of yesterday on the Facebook page for the National Park Service that they are reinstating the winter lecture series. I
All right.
know a lot of people are excited about that. So those are going to start on January 8th. They're going to run through March 12th, and they're going to be every Saturday and Sunday at 1:30 p.m. If you want to see a specific list of the speakers, you can go head over to the National Park Service website. There's a complete list already, and the topics they'll be talking about. Masks will be required, and there's going to be limited to the first 100 people to get tickets. So get there early. And if you have a child, ages 4 through 10, Barb Sanders and John Hoptack are spearheading the Children's Winter Reading Adventures. So 11 a.m. on Saturday mornings, a free weekly series talking about a different child's book starting from January 8th and running through February 26th, also at the Visitor Center at the National Park Service. And that was my last 2021 announcement.
Wow.
That's exciting. All right.
And we finally figured out the order.
Well, yeah, but now there's going to be a hiatus, and I'm going to forget, like, when we come back in
No, it's all
January.
right. It's
like,
all right. We got it now.
Well, the clue is in your intro.
You doing news or events first?
News.
News first.
Yeah.
But you don't answer it. What if
I
it's
don't.
really?
But you get the answer right. You get it right. Hey, listen.
It's a cue, It's a cue.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we went over our normal allotted time, and I hope you don't hate us for it, but it's our last one of the year. We want to spend a little extra time with you and each other because we love ourselves and each other and you. And we hope that you have yourselves a merry little Christmas if that's what you celebrate. If that's your bag, baby, then go ahead and have fun with your bag. If it's not your bag, then happy, Hanukkah's
Kwanzaa.
over, right?
Oh, yeah.
Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa, when is Kwanzaa this year?
No, I don't know.
I'll have to look on my Kwanzaa calendar. I have like an advent calendar. I have a Kwanzaa calendar.
Festivus is December 23rd.
Festivus, yes. So that's coming up. That's coming up first. So we're going to have fun with Festivus for the rest of us. And that's it. And then, of course, New Year's. I think it doesn't matter what your religion is, right? I mean,
follow the calendar, I guess.
you just go with the calendar. That's the one we're
You'd be surprised.
we're going with there. Cam, what do you do for Christmas? What's your big thing?
Family all day, about 5 different dinners to attend in one day.
Okay.
Thanks for the invite, Cam.
And then
obliged.
I got 2 this weekend. Going back to the auction house tomorrow. I've been also hanging out at the auction house since I've been home, having fun there, looking at old time stuff and watching guys bid on stuff. And
all right, so you're going to do some auctioning. That's pretty good.
Go.
Do I hear it?
Do I hear 100? 200 in the corner? Do I hear the 300 in the corner? 3 to 350 to the gentleman in the red.
Jesus Christ.
There you go.
That was actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
We finally found something that Owen's good at.
Owen the auctioneer. That's his name.
And sold.
Every time
it's
auction
more
comes,
fun when you got 2 guys there fighting.
That's
over
true.
an item.
That's
it's
true.
always more fun when there's 2 guys that are fighting.
Merry Christmas.
Listen, next time the topic of auctions comes up, you just break into that. That was pretty good.
Sounds good.
Is that 6 questions that we have there on the phone?
Yes, this is 6 questions. Yes.
6 questions. Thank you very much for calling in. It wouldn't have been a show without you. How are you feeling?
Oh, I'm getting along there.
Okay.
I'm feeling nicely, but I've got about 2 or 3 weeks left of recovery before I'm fully healed. So, yeah.
Good. Well, yeah, you're going to be off for 2 or 3 weeks from work, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
And you started a GoFundMe yesterday. Do you need a little help there? Do you want to give where people can find it? GoFundMe. What's the link?
Yeah. The GoFundMe, I don't have the link on me right now. See, this is excellent fundraising skills right here.
Well, do you remember what, can they search Mike Lentz when they go to GoFundMe?
Yeah, Michael Lentz.
Excuse me.
Michael Lentz.
I got enough gas to go to Pittsburgh.
Michael Lentz, medical assistant.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Okay.
And there'll be that fundraiser. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just looking for... I've been off for about a month now because of this injury.
Yeah.
And it's just, medical bills and all that are just piling up.
But you have insurance? You have insurance, right?
I do.
Okay, but so
not
this
good insurance, but I found out. But
right.
Yeah,
so we're talking help with co-pays, and since you're not working, I'm assuming you're not getting a paycheck, so food and things like that, right? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we can go to GoFundMe.com, search for Michael Lentz, and if you can't find it, Mike sent it to me the other day. We'll put it in the comments after the show is over and stuff like that. But please help him out. He's our buddy. Yes. We all need to help him out. Veronica donated. I tried to donate yesterday, and it wouldn't work with my phone, so I got to do it on my laptop. But we're going to do that. What, Mike?
Well, thank you, and I'd like to thank those who have already donated. It's been far more generous and far more than I expected. So
good.
Thank you so much.
We love you, man.
Yeah, Mike,
we love you.
You're our friend.
Extended family.
Hey, Cameron, did you donate to his GoFundMe yet?
I have been in some kind of financial trouble, some financial issues lately, so I haven't been able to do much of that.
So
I understand, Cam.
Mike, I don't know if Cam's really your friend, though.
I'll stop.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Hey, Mike, or Cam, I'm sorry. Do you want us to start a GoFundMe for you?
No, you don't need to start a GoFundMe for me. It's just it's taken a while to get some paychecks rolling again.
Yeah, I hear that.
I finished my season with the park, and I'm back in the school system working.
You think the park misses you?
I think so. It's just that I'm hoping to get a full-time job before long.
Yeah, of course.
No more seasonal work.
Well, you got to keep asking Santa for that, okay, Cammie? All right, and then Mike, take care of your wounds. Just relax and rest and stay home and read and watch and listen to podcasts and stuff. Don't do anything crazy. Ask your neighbor to help you take out the garbage, all that stuff. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
Hey, all joking aside, I come into Chambersburg 3 times a week, so just hit me up if you need something, seriously.
That's right. Veronica can bring you a parcel.
Yeah, absolutely. I wasn't even thinking about that, but that's obvious. Yeah,
like
seriously.
a basket of food or something.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
Yeah,
absolutely,
you're welcome.
Yeah.
And we appreciate you, Mike, and we appreciate all of our listeners and all of our friends. Thank you very much for everything you've done for us, everything you've given us over the years. Just thank you all. I hope you have a happy, healthy, safe, and blessed holiday season and a great 2022 for all of us. No injuries, no financial hardships, just good stuff. And we will see you in January. Good night, everybody.
See you guys.
Addressing Gettysburg Today is hosted by Matt Callery and Veronica Brestensky, Esquire. Produced by Eric, the producer, Moni. Applause led by Owen the Clabber. Guests of Addressing Gettysburg Today stay wherever they want. That's not our concern. To be a guest on the show, send an email to eric@addressinggettysburg.com. Addressing Gettysburg broadcasts from the Gettys Bike Tour Studios. Get a 15% discount on your next tour with Gettys Bike. I'm Huevos Grande, the voice of Addressing Gettysburg Today. Thanks for listening.
It's getting to be goddamn ridiculous.
Hear the full bums. There's a Conestoga wagon in the carport. You're a flapjack.
Listen to me, you whining little whelp.
If it looks like a duck, walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's not a chicken.
This concludes our broadcast day.